Is there like a code word for if we need to take a bath? I guess not.
And we are live. We are live. This is a Benj lucky number 13. I told y'all the other day we was gonna be on 11. So 11 turned to 138, but y'all know how that shit goes. So I have my live panel here. We're doing a live Saturday panel, which I'm like super duper duper excited about. Let me just forward out to everybody. So we have our live panel here. And I want to introduce to everybody. We have, of course, William Small over here in the corner. Y'all know William. He's one of our all-stars. You're like, this is like your third time here. So I think you're actually the guest I've had the most amount of times. You all also know my best friend, Naomi Minhas, Esquire. And we have a new panelist, the lovely Ms. Veronica White, political commentator. So we're going to handle all of these subjects, all things that are popping out here on social media. I know you guys see on the Chiron all the things that are being handled, so we're going to take them in that order. But before we get to our first subject, actually, our first subject is actually the smoke shops. So William did, when he was on last time on the show, you know, it's funny, thing about virility is so crazy. You never know, like, what's going to go viral. Sometimes you have something, you put it out there and you think, you know, whatever. Do you have that thing that you think is going to really go viral? You're like, yeah, and just like nothing. But then you have something that's kind of like, you know, whatever. And it just blows up. So William made a comment about smoke shops here in Philadelphia and basically about how these smoke shops are owned and run by people who are illegal immigrants. But they go buy, you know, weed and fentanyl and all types of other things here. You know, when I put the clip out, didn't think it was a big deal. You know, I'm passionately talking about something. That thing has blown up absolutely crazy to the point where I see William's notifications for his video in my phone more than mine. Like and then this video's got to be like at least like 2.5 months old, and I'm still getting people putting up a story every single day since then. So let me show you guys this viral video that went nuts for everybody, so we can get and we will get William's take on what the new viral fame has been for him since this video. Let's put it up on the screen. Let me see. It's in. Here it is. Is it playing? Oh, wrong screen. Sorry, y'all. Here we go. Oh, let me put it up on the screen for you guys so you guys can watch it too.
Look at the city of Philadelphia. 95% of the smoke shops that sell weed, fentanyl-laced weed, and some of them are selling pills right now. They are illegal immigrants coming from Arab countries like Jordan, Yemen, and other Arab countries. Illegal immigrants. They are not documented. They are not legal. They are not paying taxes. You have a smoke shop on Germantown Avenue in Shelton right now that is clocking $10,000 a day, tax-free off illegal goods that we have been incarcerated for decades and still get incarcerated for selling. But because they can come here illegally, open up a business and sell these goods, our public officials who are 99% Democrat says we do not care. We're going to lock you up if you sell it, but we won't lock them up. We'll continue to let them operate their business, and we're going to create laws that says ICE out so they can't get sent back to their country. If that is not a traitor to me, every single city council member and the mayor should be arrested, or at least they should put their resignation in.
Wow. So William, that was a quite powerful video. Like I said, it's got hundreds of thousands of views. It's blowing up my phone. Nigga, you in my phone more than I am. So like, what's like, tell us how, because I had no idea that that would resonate the way that it did.
Right.
So tell me more about what's been happening ever since then. Has anything been happening with these drug places or whatever? Has anyone from the city council or any of the people that you called to be fired, have any of them like reached out to you since then? So like, what happened with that?
I mean, well, first of all, I think it just shows that when we speak about the issues that affect all of us, people engage and things get done. You know, that specific smoke shop that I spoke about, that was shut down a couple days after the video went viral. You know, and actually the sergeant from the police station that shut it down actually knocked on my door because I live right down the street from that police station. So yeah, when we speak about these issues that affect people, things get done. Things get done. And I stand by what I say. A lot of those smoke shops and the people that are working in there are undocumented immigrants, and that's a problem. You know, so now Philadelphia police, I commend them for the job that they're doing around the city with shutting down all these smoke shops. But now we need to double down on it. We need to double down on it. We need the federal government to come in and regulate this shit that's going on right now.
It's crazy because when I like I was telling you, there was one that I saw on like 40th and Market, and it used to be popping. It was cars all, and I was like, they finna shut this down. It's no way they can continue to do this. They had a menu in the window. You could buy you some chips, buy you some weed, all in the same place. And I mean, it was popping all types of times of the day. So I had no idea this was like such like a big thing. And even in the comments that I'll get on like TikTok, people saying, you know, this same thing is happening in Virginia, it's happening in Kentucky, it's happening in New York and Baltimore. So I had no idea this was like a scourge, like around the country, that people are out here just like, you know, having all this illegal weed, especially in a state like here. I mean, weed is legal here in Pennsylvania, and like, you know, the dispensaries or whatever. I mean, legal, medical, I guess, but I just had no idea. So, I mean,
illegal activities bring down neighborhoods, and it's not just the weed. A lot of these smoke shops got illegal gambling in there. So when you combine those two and the crowd that stays around these illegal establishments.
What do you mean by illegal gambling? Like numbers? You mean like running numbers like back in the day?
Gambling machines. So you go in there and
those illegal?
Yes, they're illegal in Philadelphia.
I have a lot of okay. Because I'm like, I see stores all over Pennsylvania with the little.
They recently repealed those laws allowing those little desktop gambling machines. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I would see little meth heads in there with the little gambling machine. And
so, I mean, we're getting addicted on every corner, and we getting addicted. You and look, and what a lot of people don't want to talk about, you go to some of these hospitals like Einstein Hospital, which is reporting a lot of fentanyl overdoses with people who don't use fentanyl. They all smoke weed, and they all buying their weed from these certain smoke shops.
Oh wow!
You know what I mean? So this is why we need regulation on things. You know? This is why we need it. And if you look around some of these smoke shops, that type of activity, that brings activity that property owners don't want, workers don't want. We don't want that shit around our kids.
Yeah, very true. Very true. Because I know even the one at 40th Market, I saw they had like weed as low as like $10, $15. It's like, what? Like, wow. Like, yeah. But yeah, they like you said, I mean, they shut that down. I knew that was getting shut down. I was like, there's no way.
Easier and cheaper for kids to buy it.
Yeah.
Like teenagers.
Yeah.
To get them hooked onto it. So
wow, that is
crazy.
Absolutely crazy. But yeah, I mean, like I said, what you did was resonant because that video, it resonated with a lot of people. Like I said, I'm still getting people retweeting or reposting that story like over and over and over and over again. So you definitely spoke to, you know, the people with that. So I mean, you ran you know, last time around, you know, in the election here, you know, in Philadelphia for the third district. Are you running again for 2028? Have you thought about it?
It's up in the air.
Okay.
It's up in the air right now. I'm comfortable with doing the work. We're submitting a lot of proposals, a lot of education proposals, a lot of legislation changes that we want our elected officials to implement. We're working with some elected officials right now behind the scenes. So we're trying to get a lot of things done. As far as 2028, I don't know yet. We're going to see what's going on with that.
Okay, yeah, we got to see, because I mean, the guy that did win the Democrat whatchamacallit, which I mean, it basically in Philadelphia is the general election, Rob, whatever, he seems to be very much on that sort of like socialist kind of vein, that Mondami-ish wave with the Chevalier chick or whatever. It's very like that kind of vibe, and I kind of fear for Philadelphia, kind of, you know, going down. You know, I'm a New Yorker, I'm a native New Yorker, and one of the things I love about Philadelphia over New York is that Philadelphia, yes, it's a blue city, but Philadelphia's sane. You know, New York is like they're crazy up there. Like that the 90 miles distance from here to New York may as well be a million. It's a whole other different mindset up there. Like everybody is just like so like they're all liberal transplants and illegals and everybody's nuts. I love the fact that America still feels like, I mean, Philadelphia still feels like America, you know, underneath it all. It still feels very American, very decidedly American. We actually have a lot of, you know, historical things, independence, all liberty, all that stuff. So I worry a little bit. And even with our mayor, Sherelle, she ain't perfect. Obviously, she ain't nobody I would have voted for, but she's not as leftist, liberal, TDS crazy as like, you know, the mayor of Baltimore, the young guy, or the Asian lady who was the mayor of Boston,
Yeah.
or even the mayor of DC, which she kind of works at Trump here and there. Mondami, you know, he can play the game, but I'm just a little bit leery of like the road that we're going in. I would not like for us to not follow in New York's footsteps if we can help it. So I hope that you do run. Obviously, you have my full support. If you want to come here and make more viral videos, you know.
No, absolutely, absolutely. And we need people to pay attention to what these socialists are doing. You know, it's not about, because some of these socialists are, you know, I know the media likes to say these socialists aren't from America, but some of these socialists that are pushing socialism, they are from America. You know,
Yeah.
we had people like Chris Rabb in office for 10 years. Nothing has changed.
He was in the city council, right?
Well, no, he was a state representative.
Okay.
He was a state representative, and he was a state representative at some of the highest years that some of the highest crime years in Philadelphia.
Mhm.
So I think it was a mistake for us to elect him in.
I mean, I noticed looking at the returns and even looking at the signs, most of the people that were for him were like Chestnut Hill, like Northwest, like the people with money, like,
Yeah.
which is how it usually goes. Because
Transplants, like you said.
right, because if you look at Mondami, everybody voted for Mondami were mostly like, you know, young white professionals and transplants. The black folks voted for Cuomo in the whatchamacallit, in the primary in New York. Same as down here, they voted for the other person that was, forgive me if I don't know the person's name, but the person that Sherelle, the more establishment person that Sherelle was pushing. I forgot the guy's name, but more of the more of the black areas, the poorer areas of the city tended to go for Sharif Street over Rab. Rab was, you know, because it tends to be where and it's so crazy. I mean, I guess because if you go to college and you come out there and you got $100 million in debt and you still can't find a decent job, you're working at Starbucks, I guess you would want to be a socialist at that point, because it's just like the system doesn't work. F the system. I want to be a freaking socialist. I'm broke. And I have all this college, and then all you're reading and learning about all these theories and all this stuff, and you think you're so effing smart. And it's like, let's be a socialist. But they lie. Like Mondami lied. Like free buses. The buses went up in New York. It's $3 now. So I mean, again, like Margaret Thatcher said, socialism is great until you like run out of other people's money. You know what I mean? You're going to eventually run out of other people's money eventually. Yeah. And the biggest lie that and you girls can chime in here. I don't want to make it just like your male conversation. The biggest lie that the socialists tell is that like they want their socialism, but they also want open borders. Like you can't have the free stuff and the open borders. You can't do both. You got to pick one, guys. That's the biggest lie in liberal politics. You want an open border, but you want all this free shit. Again, I wouldn't mind, and again, I'm a bad conservative for this, I wouldn't mind closing the border and possibly giving Americans some shit. You know what I mean? We pay enough. You know what I mean? I'm not against free healthcare and think of, you know, to an extent. I don't see anything wrong with it. If we can give $1 billion a day to Israel, you know what I mean, for their bullshit, and we can give, you know, Ukraine all this money, industrial complex, with the war industrial complex.
Then
what's
we
so wrong
should
with
have
giving something to Americans?
Yeah.
And I hate that conservatives always want to be like, awesome, that's socialism and that's bad. But it's not socialism when y'all want to give money to, you know, APAC and these other countries in the war thing. That's fine. We can spend money on that, but God forbid we spend money on American citizen. But I would just like us to more greatly define, which we'll talk about a little bit later, greatly define what an American citizen is. So that if we are going to do any type of spending on Americans, it's actually going to like real Americans and not like, you know, illegals coming.
But I think that's a part of the problem, that everyone has a different perspective of the definition of what a citizen is. Right. And now we're going back to that argument from years ago of who's an original person here that's African American, right? Who's an original? Like now we're getting in the weeds. I just feel like the argument really becomes circular at that point. It's either everyone gets on board with us using our money that we've paid in taxes, okay, to benefit ourselves throughout the year, or we don't. And that's just really what it comes down to.
And I think that if we're going to do that, we have have to close the border, which is one of the reasons why, even with all the issues I've had with Trump, with the wars and things of that nature, in the day I support him because he is somebody who's at least closing the border. I mean, the border is closed, you know what I mean? And if he weren't here, that border would be wide freaking open. And we already got 20, 30, 40, 50, 11 million people that Biden done brought in that we can't quite get rid of. I don't know. It's like roaches here. I don't know. We just can't get rid of them. And, I guess that was bad to say, but whatever. Cancel me.
We would have definitely been a third world war country.
They're trying.
That is the
they're
plan.
trying to take over the Congress and hoping that they get one of these presidents in 2028 that's on the left.
Yeah,
they're going to open our borders wide open.
Oh, absolutely.
It's going to be a flood like we've never seen before.
And if we already see what's happening in England, like you got all these random people going out here stabbing people, shooting people. Because again, these people, and a lot of people don't like to hear this, but these people in other countries, culture is different for a reason. Some cultures are better than others. Our culture, Anglo culture, American culture, Western culture is better than a lot of these cultures. These people are nuts. They're out there having all types of, honor killings, in Asia and things of that nature, child brides and all this other crazy shit. You got the people complaining in Ohio with the Haitian immigrants that go into Walmart, opening shit up in the store, drinking it and putting it back and all. Like, we don't need this shit. We have enough of our own people.
To your point, even Canada, you have a DUI, you can't get into Canada, okay? And that's just a DUI. Like back in the day when my dad was trying to go into England to get citizenship, which his brother just went over, he got to England and they said, oh, we let too many Indians in, you got to go somewhere else. So we went from a time where everyone was vetted, there was a quota, and it was for the greater good of society, right? You don't want people running amok, you don't know their past, to now where even England is letting everyone in. But yet and still we have, Canada bragging that they're the most liberal country, everyone should come over there, but you can't even have a DUI and be in Canada.
Right.
So what does that say? It's hypocrisy.
I think we need to close our borders and do what every other country does. Every other country, that we can't just go to any other country. You can't even go to Mexico and just be there for real with no type of nothing. You think they're gonna let you stay there? No, but here it's just like this is the world's garbage can.
That's like over in Jamaica. They were protesting. They didn't want the Haitians being dropped off at their island.
I just saw a video of because Haiti and Dominican Republic, they share the island, they share Hispaniola, the island, and I just saw a video yesterday of like I guess a Dominican border agent or whatever. They got a whole car full of Haitians. It was like a clown car. It was like 15 people up in that car, which is more people and more people and more people and more people. Where's people coming from? But they're all trying to escape these places, and I feel bad for them. But at the end of the day, we're also giving aid to these places. So a lot of the aid goes to the presidents and the kings and the leaders, whatever, and they spend up on themselves. You know what I mean? And they're not doing right by the people. But again, that's not our fault.
And is it new that Haiti's in dire need? I mean, I thought that's been the theme of Haiti for the last 20 years.
Yeah.
Longer.
So what's changed that they got to flock here so bad now? They haven't been doing it.
Well, the thing is that they had a special thing after the earthquake in 2010, and that's one of the things that Trump was trying to overturn because it was a temporary. Because this whole thing, it was temporary, and it's like okay, not forever. You know what I mean? Because that's why they're in Springfield, Ohio, right now. Everybody's mad about them in Ohio, because they were. This was like a temporary thing for the earthquake. And it's like, you've been here all these years now and you're still here. And everybody's like, oh, we can't go back home. It's bad. But then if we say Haiti's a shithole, then I'm a bad person. Right, and I'm racist. But the Haitians don't want to go back home. So if your country's so great,
then why not go
y'all don't want to
home?
go back to that shit.
My thing is this: if you can sit around in American streets and you can parade your flag around American streets, then when it's time to take your ass back home, there shouldn't be a problem.
No problem. Exactly. You love it so much.
Exactly.
I will say, as someone who's done some asylum law coming out of law school, you kind of have to be here first in order to capitalize on asylum. Okay, you have to come here first and say, oh, I can't go back, and here's why. And there are so many different changes throughout the presidencies for asylum that even still, the basic one remains. You can't just use this as a way to escape around immigration and the proper way to come here, especially when your country has had decades long of civil wars and crumbling infrastructure. It really is. So I feel like we're at a point now where they're going to need to reform asylum law as well, because it's just what's good for the goose is good for the gander. You have to do both.
Right. And I mean, looking at the way these midterms are looking, we're hoping for the best, but if they retake, I mean, I think now with what's happened with Graham Platinum and Maine, I think that we're looking good to at least retain the Senate. Lord, we hope. I've always couldn't stand Susan Collins, but I love that bitch now. I couldn't stand her ass. Susan, please, baby, I love me some Susan now. But because she's not the most reliable Republican vote, but she's definitely better than what the opposite would be. And these Democrats, I mean, they a guy with a Nazi tattoo. I mean, how desperate can you be? Who like is like some sort of like rapist or something, possibly. And you know, I think Susan Collins is gonna take it. Thank God. I've never been so happy to see Susan Collins for in my life. I've always couldn't stand this woman, but like we love you, Susan. Thank you.
Shout out Susan.
Please, Susan, baby, please, baby. So, you know, hopefully, you know, that all works out. But the house, though,
I think we're keeping the house.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so.
You think so?
I think that's wishful thinking.
I think it's wishful thinking too. I hope we do.
I think reality says otherwise.
I mean, history says otherwise, but if we kept it, it'd be by the skin of our ass. Because my thing is, I just didn't want to have the same bullshit as 2019, because Trump's gonna be getting impeached every 5 minutes. You already know. They're gonna look into everything he's done, everything his family's done. I mean, there have been people who have said a lot of things that he may be doing may be corrupt. I don't think any more corrupt than anybody else, to be honest. I mean, let's look at the Clintons.
This is how I feel about
Obamas.
that.
Everybody got rich in the White House, but they're gonna drag that shit. Like they're going to drag it if they get back in the House. You already know.
I just feel like as someone whose firm was of counsel for Van der Veen, who did Trump's second impeachment and won. Shout out to you, Michael.
Shout out, Michael.
Shout out to Michael. I just feel like it's another drop in the bucket. Okay. This man is in his 80s. All right. He's in the last phase of his life and his presidency. And, you know, we might not all agree, especially us as conservatives, with what has been going on lately. But at the end of the day, what good does it come other than wasting taxpayers' money to try to impeach this man again? Like, who cares?
They don't
who cares?
care.
Who cares?
That's the point.
Let's focus our efforts and our media coverage and our money and our attention on things that really matter. Him getting impeached again for the millionth time doesn't matter. I'm over it. Don't want to talk about it anymore.
But the thing, it's not even so much about it mattering. And I mean, Democrats love to waste money. But the thing is that we won't be able to get anything else done. And the thing is that all the things that, you know, Republicans have been working toward, I always mention the fact that we have in a lot of the state houses, there are all these people who are now trying to push for, you know, getting rid of property tax and things like that. Like, we need Republicans in office for these things to ever become a thing. And the thing is that even, yes, we're talking about like, you know, the national government or whatever, but remember, you know, a lot of times these things have reverberations down the ballot. You know, so we have all these enthused, you know, Democrats that go out there and vote anti-Trump or to vote against Trump, you know, and then we have a lot of MAGA people who may kind of been disappointed, you know, because, you know, the new TDS is Trump disappointment syndrome. We have a lot of people who are disappointed by, you know, Trump and the war and all that stuff, and that, you know, depresses that turnout. Then we get Democrats, you know, mayors, governors, you know, state houses, state senate, and that stops a lot of the work that we've been doing, you know, on the conservative side. Not even just, I mean, Trump himself is done. You know, there's no more voting for Trump. Trumpy go bye-bye. Like, you know, big bad Trump is gone. Like, you know, whatever. You know, everybody's like, oh, Trump. It's like, Trump is not even, especially black folks, Trump. Like, Trump is not your problem no more. Like, there's no more voting for Trump. Like, let it go. There's no more voting for Trump. But what do we do now? You know what I mean? Like, that's the issue. Like, what do we do now? So we'll see. But moving on to our next subject, the horny Democrat. So I did a pod yesterday, and I did not show the panel this pod. I don't know if y'all watched the show yesterday, but I did a show yesterday. I have a clip that I'm going to show you guys. You guys have not seen this, so I'm going to let you guys see it for the first time. Give me 1 second. I got to set everything up here.
Not the horny Democrats.
Yes, the horny Democrats. I mean, we know Democrats are a bunch of you know, sex pests and fiends. You know how that go.
I hate that the narrative is that conservatives like don't get pussy. But yeah, horny.
That's the narrative.
I
I
mean,
didn't even know.
I mean, do they?
You didn't hear? Apparently, we're losers.
God.
We do nothing.
I mean, do they? I mean,
Have you heard it?
Well, I mean, the only way they wouldn't give is if you ain't giving it up. I mean, have you given the conservatives?
No.
I mean, yeah, no. I mean, that's not. Yeah.
No, we both know that's a no one. No.
Hilarious. All right, so let me just pull this up from talk amongst yourselves. You know, after
I would say, as a conservative, I don't have any problems in that field, for the record.
Lucky you.
No, I'm just playing. Oh man,
hilarious.
Okay, Okay, we got it loaded up here. Okay,
What is this again? Horny Democrats.
Yes, the Horny Democrats. This is a clip from a pod that I did yesterday.
That's a crazy name.
What?
Horny Democrats. What's wrong with you?
It will make sense in a moment. This is a clip from a pod that I did with Anwar Khalid, who is the CEO of Young Black and Wealthy. You guys don't know. It's a media page. He's got like 250,000 on IG, like 100 and something thousand on Facebook, and he is basically like a shade room, a neighborhood talk, a kind of like, you know, a black urban but conservative media outlet. So we talked to him about, you know, politics, how to start a media outlet and things like that. So you guys can check that out on my YouTube. This is episode 13. That was episode 12 yesterday. 2 in 2 days. I'm doing good, y'all. Like I don't be putting out content like that. So I did good with that. So right. Like, clock that shit. All right, so let's play the video. Hold on.
Hello.
Oh wait, hold on.
I wonder if it's the clip that I seen.
It might be. Hold on, I gotta reload it. It might be. Give me 1 second. Yeah, the technical difficulties, y'all. Yeah, one day, if somebody would like to be a producer for my show, you know what I mean? That'd be amazing.
Said that last time.
Yeah, because exactly.
Need help, yeah.
I need help, exactly.
It's all good. Take your time.
Oh no, it's fine. Yeah, we're gonna get it. Hold on 1 second. Like I said, talk about yourselves.
We're gonna get it.
But I do think what the socialists are bringing to our government is something new, and I don't think it's something that's needed.
Well, that's why I think that they're not going to win in November. I feel like we're going to.
They are winning.
They're winning.
They're winning because it's a narrative that people are used to. They don't understand it, but they agree with it because it's all they hear.
That's what makes our vote powerless. Because if I know that every time I come to your fucking community, I'm gonna come with some fried chicken. I'm like Hillary Clinton. I keep hot sauce in my bag. Like Kamala Harris, I'm making greens in the tub, and I come and talk this superficial bullshit to you, and I know I could count on your vote every 4 years. Why the fuck would I do anything for you?
I'm gonna take it another level, just in case that was too highbrow for you to understand. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm a nigga trying to fuck. Okay, it's 2 bitches I can call. You got one bitch who says, if you come through here, I'm gonna need you to come with dinner, flowers, roses, and then I got another bitch where it don't matter. I can just stroll up anytime, any day, and even take a shower, nothing. She ready to go down on me. Which bitch are you going to go to and take advantage of? We, unfortunately, black folks, we're that second bitch because we don't ask for nothing for our vote. We don't require shit. We don't say, nigga, you gotta come and buy me flowers. We don't nothing. We just say, we gonna be here for you whenever you come. Every other race is that other bitch. I need flowers. I need candy. I need this. I need that. I need third. For whatever reason, we are afraid to ask for anything. And for that reason is the reason why we have lost the opportunity for reparations and all these other things. Anything that is of a black thing, that is done because we outnumber ourselves now. I don't even think there's any way we can change that at this point. All we can do is now, from the ashes of what we've lost, pick ourselves up as individuals and make life better for ourselves. The pro-blackity black, that's done. We don't have the numbers for it. It's just like if you were an American Indian talking, we're going to do American Indian stuff. Nobody cares about the American Indians. Why? Because there's like 2 of them. Politically, no one gives a shit because there's like 3 of them. So we're pissing our numbers away with murder, with abortion. What is it, like 18 million black people been killed by abortion since the 70s? So if you're mad at Kamala not winning because of the black vote, well, maybe if we hadn't aborted all them people, Kamala might have won. We'd have more black people to represent. But our numbers are dwindling. And not only are they dwindling, we then do not ask for anything. We let Democrats come 2 o'clock in the morning to come with a fuck with nothing, no drink, no liquor, no flowers, no nothing. Just let them come and just do whatever the fuck they want. And God forbid anybody says something against it, we the first ones trying to defend the Democrats that play us over and over and over again. I don't understand the pathology behind it. It's just nuts, black folks. What are we doing? I'm not saying you can't vote for them. You have to be a corny MAGA Republican. And no one's saying you have to change who you are, what you are. What I'm just saying is move strategically with your vote. So you have to make it so now Democrats and Republicans got to fight for your individual vote. You know the mics are on, right? I'll let y'all know that. We have
Let me say it again. Them niggas are corny. They don't get pussy.
We have one comment from Young Black and Wealthy, who he was actually the guy in the video. he was actually got Anwar just commented. He said he was on point. I sure was on point, Anwar. I sure was, but he just commented.
So essentially, what I got from that is
Black
Americans need to get up off their back and get up on their feet.
Period.
So again, I'm gonna ask you, where's the fucking lie? Where was the lie in any of that shit I said?
I think the way it's your delivery.
The Democrat, they horny niggas trying to fuck. That's what a Democrat. That's what these politicians are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, I
some of the
agree.
most disgusting things I saw with Kamala Harris was when she had Megan Thee Stallion at her rally and enticing black folks like,
Yeah.
listen, as long as she's shaking that ass, you know, I'm gonna get their vote. Her with the collard greens was hilarious, but it's true. I make collard greens all the time. I'm not in my fucking bathtub.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I think too, as someone who is also very Kamala-ish racially, right? Like I'm also Indian and black, but I have a black mother. Make sure that's known. My mom is ghetto. Okay,
We love Miss Judy.
We
Hey,
love
Judy.
My mom is from the street. I'm just gonna tell you right now, we ain't doing none of that shucking and jiving she was doing. Okay, and by all accounts, I'm sorry, I can say it. She's not black. All right, she doesn't relate to the black experience. Let's be for real right now. She's not coming here and going through Brickyard and stopping at Millie's to get a $2 drink. All right. And just like Benji said, she's going to bring that dry fried chicken, okay, and the wrong hot sauce and tell her to have my friend shake some ass.
She's going to bring that supermarket fried chicken. That
Ratner's,
that Wegmans.
the Royal Farm.
Hey, I like Royal Farm.
You're the only one. Okay.
With the abortion trailer out
Blacks need to
front.
stay away from that fried chicken. All right. Particularly Royal Farm.
It's crazy you mentioned that about, because I talked about abortion in the video. That Kamala rally with Megan Thee Stallion, that was an abortion rally. And they had the abortion truck.
Trailer out front.
Who does that? Like, ew.
What are you
doing with the out front truck? Are you going in and ignoring the sonogram they're going to give you before they tell you to kill your baby? Like, it just doesn't make sense. And Meg Thee Stallion, I'm just going to say it, is a whore. All right. So the audacity of one of the most ran through industry girls to be out there advocating for abortion. Mama, how about we just close our legs and stop fucking guys that are not as tall as us? How about we just do that right now? But you know, that's a different conversation for a different day, I guess.
Yeah, one day.
You get ran through by the baby of all people, you know, you'll do whatever.
I guess that's why Clay said, no, ma'am, no thanks.
like you said, Clay is the nigga looking to fuck.
Yeah.
Well, just looks a little differently when you got that much money.
But I mean, I feel like, but I always use that type of, and I know it's a very crass thing to say, I realize, but it wakes people up and, you know, gets people going. But if you think about it, that's what really all politicians are. You have to think, like, your vote is like your virginity. You know what I mean? Once you lose it, once you give it away, you can't undo the shit. You know, and niggas gonna talk what they gonna talk and say what they gonna say and tell you how sweet, how beautiful you are. Oh, you so beautiful, just to get that virginity. And once they got that shit, they put on their clothes, they the fuck out. Like, that's voting is the same way. You know what I mean? Yeah. I know you ran for things. I'm not trying to say that you're a horny teenager who's out here, you know, exactly like you. But I'm just saying, you know, but when you're a politician, they're gonna do and say whatever to get that vote. And once they got it, if you don't have no type of leverage on them niggas, they gonna put their clothes on and keep it the fuck moving. And you gonna stand there looking crazy with, you know, a wet pussy and fucking nothing to show for it, unfortunately. And black folks, unfortunately, that's where we have been. For how many years did Daddy Democrat come middle of the night looking to fuck, let that nigga in, he do what he gotta do,
and then skedaddle.
Well, it doesn't.
Bye. See y'all in 4 years.
But my problem with you saying that, and you know, I'll play devil's advocate because when have I ever not?
Yeah.
Is you say all that, but Trump just did that to me, and now I feel wet left on the bed.
I mean, politicians in general. I mean, he definitely with that war thing. You know, I'm not saying I say politicians in general, but
you know, if we're going with your analogy, we've all been hit by someone who was lying at one point or another.
Yeah.
Hit dogs will holler. Yeah. Right.
Right.
So you can't see her and going on them for believing all this when. Did we not?
But now,
did we not?
In this particular
Were we not in the same?
In my defense, in this conversation, we were talking specifically about black people and Democrats, or with the young.
I mean, flip the conversation on its head with the Republicans.
If you watch the show, you would have seen I said that same thing, but you didn't even watch the show, did you? Did you?
I was busy.
Right. Okay. I did, actually, because later in the show, and there'll be more clips in the show, I talked about the fact that Republicans do the same thing, and that, you know, a lot of times, you know, we're looking at for example, the poorest county in this country is McDowell County, West Virginia, which is nothing but 99% white, and West Virginia is nothing but Republican. You know what I mean? So the same way that the Democrats make promises to us in the hood, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, we're going to do that, those same Republicans make those promises to those white folks, you know, and the thing is that their level of poverty, we think we're poor. Oh, no.
Really.
White poor, white rural poor, white rural trailer, may not have running water poor, is way down lower than black folks in the projects. These are the projects, you know what I mean? You get good, project got the good heat, good hot water, you know what I mean? Maybe a rat here and there, but you inside, you know what I mean? You have a lot of these people who are in these more rural places, in these hollers of West Virginia and East Kentucky. And I've seen all these places when I was out, you know, trucking or whatever. I've seen all across the country. Them people is po. Like they don't even, like, the level of poverty is something that we can't even imagine, you know, being urban. Because most of black poor, most of us, I mean, there are rural blacks, Mississippi and things like that, but the bulk of the population number of black people are in these, you know, urban areas, urban districts, whatever. And sure, we've experienced poverty, but not to that level. And that same thing, those Republican politicians, they'll tell those white people that, oh, Tyrone in the ghetto is your problem, the same way they tell us, oh, you know, Jethro in the holler is our problem. But really, they're putting black and white against each other so that the regular people that we can fight, while they go pilfer all the money and send it across the world and get all kinds of, you know, deals from this country and deals from that country and whatever, and we're black and white of this country fighting one another like idiots. So so you're right. The analogy does go both ways. And I did use it against the Republicans later in the show. You ain't watched the show.
But do you think that the economic disparities against the rural white West Virginias and the black, you know, Brickyard, Germantown, Philadelphians is due partially because black people are used to taking advantage of the benefits from the system, and they're Republican, and so they're like, we're not going to go get on the food stamps, we're not going to go get on the
a lot of them is on the food stamps too. It's actually more white people now. Black people, you know, we don't do the whole per capita, I don't want to do that whole thing, but per capita, there may be more black people on, you know, public assistance, but as far as the raw numbers, there are obviously, you know, more white people, so there are more white people on, you know, welfare and things of that nature. So I mean, it's all over. It's.
I just think, you know, just from.
But I will say that urban blacks and just living in a city, you do have more opportunity to hustle.
That's where I was going. You have
Uber Eats, and you can do. Whereas in the country, you can't really do that.
You have more programs in an inner city, you know, to capitalize on. Whereas I feel like the people in rural West Virginia likely do not, right? So it's like, and I think it's the narrative that they spin, like that we're just as poor as the poor blacks, but we're not as poor. We don't go begging for it like they do. I think to me that is the narrative that I've personally observed in other parts of this country than say up here in New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Delaware, New York. It's just a different narrative that we're taught growing up when you come from a low income background.
I believe like LBJ, I'm trying to find the quote. LBJ had a quote or something to the fact that if you give a white man like one person to be like over, basically just saying like, for these poor people, you got to make them think they're better than like the poor whites make them think they're better than black people.
Correct.
You may not have given them nothing, they ain't got shit,
but they feel like they're superior.
They feel like they're superior than black.
And they're brushing their teeth with Mountain Dew. Make it.
Yeah. Mountain Dew is so gross.
It's so crazy. That's how you know you're poor white trash.
Kid, though.
Mountain Dew.
I'm so sorry about that last comment.
Mountain Dew, that shit is
that is crazy.
I guess I'll agree with so.
That shit is nasty.
You still drink it?
No.
Have you tried lately? You
It's
should.
been about 20-something years.
Really? I mean,
they got that shit at Taco
I was
Bell. They
drinking
sell
Sunny
that
D
nasty
back in the
shit.
day. Same thing.
Me too. But that was a thing though. Sunny D, Mountain Dew, they were popular in the 90s.
Oh, no, I'm from the hood. I like Tampico. You know
Ew,
about
that's
Tampico is hood.
That is so
I drink that coming up. Yeah, Tampico
I
is
don't know
nasty.
how you
But
could drink that.
I mean, I used to drink Sunny D and Tampico. You know, I never had, and everybody talks about it. I feel like maybe that's more white thing. No, not you. No, juice is
A
good.
hug.
No, hugs like Tang. Have you ever had Tang?
Oh,
I ain't never had no
Never had
Tang.
Tang.
What's that? Is that like
It's
Tampico?
like an orange
shit.
Orange
in there.
powder.
You gotta. Oh, that's
Mix
real
it.
poor. We ain't never.
I never had
that.
Tang.
Well, that was like popular, but I had it, but everybody, that's not something you would buy when you go to the
Tang?
supermarket. Your mom ain't buying Tang. She gonna buy iced tea or some shit.
Yeah, the big joint of liquid. Yeah.
4C family pack.
Yeah.
I still buy the
Orange
four.
cap, yellow cap.
I just bought it the other day when I went food shopping.
And I believe they make breadcrumbs too, but it's so random. How y'all make iced tea and breadcrumbs? That's such a random
God.
thing. I believe the 4C. Do 4C make bread? I feel like they
my
do. Am I
goodness.
bugging? Let me look this shit up. 4C. See, if I ever do so, I can have somebody look that shit up. Like, hey,
Yeah.
breadcrumbs. I feel like they 4C breadcrumbs. Yes, they make breadcrumbs.
I
That's
bought
crazy.
Kool-Aid.
Yes.
I
Yeah,
bought
I
Kool-Aid
saw
for the
it
first
before,
time, like not too long ago, and I made it, and the kids were like, they were like, "How much sugar are you gonna put in?" I said, "You got to put all of it in. That's how it works.
But see,
3 packs and all the
Actually,
sugar."
when I
And
make
they never had
Kool-Aid,
it.
when I make Kool-Aid, I actually do follow the directions.
You made it at my house, remember?
Yeah, I follow the
Mhm.
directions. It's I believe it's one. I did make y'all that.
You made us
Kool-Aid.
Kool-Aid,
and
we were shook.
I made the yeah. You ain't make it. Like
You
me.
put lemons and stuff in it.
Yeah,
You made
yeah,
it exotic.
I had to make it. You had to fix it. I had to
Because
fancy it up.
you know, we've never had the Kool-Aid, and so like we
And
were
the best
putting
Kool-Aid
you on.
combination, and my sister put me on to, is 1 packet lemonade, 1 packet of grape. That
Yeah.
lemonade grape,
That's a
John.
staple.
Woo!
That's a
That-
staple.
Woo! That thing fire. Them
Yeah.
kids, your
My kids
bougie
drink
ass
that
kids.
up. They
was
drink
fucking
that
Kool-Aid up.
Yeah.
They not from the hood. They don't know.
She
They
said
was
she
fucking that
poured- she
Kool-Aid
poured
up.
all the sugar in there.
I did. You know, remember you was telling me like add a lot.
I tend to try to follow the. I believe the recipe for
You
Kool-Aid.
don't put the whole bag.
I believe it's like. See, she watch House Party, and that's what
Put the whole bag in.
You
Oh
watch
my
House
God.
Party.
You don't listen to the ancestors or nothing. You just pour it all in there.
I just be like, okay, I'm gonna get like 3 of the big cup spoons, and like then that didn't work. It wasn't enough because it's like a pitcher. So I was like, screw that. And then it jumped in, and I was like, oh, this texture tastes really good. And then once the kids got to the bottom of the pitcher, they was like, you put that much Kool-Aid in? I mean, that was sugar in the
Sugar.
Kool-Aid.
Still sugar in
It
there.
was this much sugar at the bottom of the container.
Oh my god.
And Benji's like, he's like, just add water, some more lemons. You basically got another pitcher.
Yeah.
Say less.
Yeah.
And that's what I did. Say less. But it was like a full circle moment.
That's diabetes.
That's what you drink it for.
That's right.
You know, they don't drink any other sugar, so it's like, why not?
Speaking of hood, we can move into our next subject, which if you haven't been under a rock, there's a certain song that's been climbing the charts all over.
It's a song of the summer, and it's amazing.
Diddy's ex-girlfriend, Young Miami.
Don't do that.
I mean, she
Don't
is.
you do that.
She
Yeah,
is.
you're so shady.
She is.
You ain't shit.
She is.
Carisha, he on his own with that.
She is. Anyway.
No, you should put some respect on her name as a successful Black woman. How dare you refer to her as Diddy's
As
ex? That
Diddy's
fucking
ex.
pervert
she is.
weirdo. No, she ain't. They fucked around a little bit. That ain't no ex. Leave that
She
girl
went
alone.
on. She went on.
Leave her alone. Let
She
her
went
have
on
her
X and
moment.
threatened Diddy baby mama and all that. It said Diddy's my man. So that's her ex. She had to sign to
my
go
God.
poppy at the awards. Anyway, Diddy's ex-girlfriend.
You ain't
Young
right.
Miami has this song called Spin That, and it's been blowing up the charts everywhere. I mean, it's I believe it's got top 20 on Billboard. It's her highest charting song. It's been going crazy on the everywhere. And there's people
TikTok, all over.
and there's that trap choir covered it, which that's blasphemous. We'll deal with that in a later show. I actually have a church show coming up.
No problem with that.
But it's been blowing up everywhere. A lot of people are upset about this song because it's just, it's very catchy. I will say that. Well, I would have played some of it, but YouTube and all the social medias with the
Should we sing it together?
we can. I don't. I think the chorus.
Where all my scamming ass niggas at?
Gotta get that money fast.
150, 100 cash, 50, 100 cash. Boy, going that go yard back. Spin that shit. Spin that shit.
Right.
Spin that shit. Nigga, spin that shit.
So this song's been blowing everywhere. Right. For the record, William did not sing the song. William is a congressional candidate and is very classy.
And I'm a classy lawyer. What does that have to do with spin that shit? Like,
So-
can we just stop? I've been waiting for this moment.
I see.
I've been holding this inside
Wait,
because every time I go somewhere, y'all uppity niggas want to act like y'all are better than everyone in the room. Man, spin that shit. Come on, okay? Like, I'm so sick of it. Like, we wasn't dancing to Uchi Wally Wally Uchi Bang Bang. He really
Right.
that in my back, my pussy, and my crack. Like, we weren't 10 years old. Please get off your high horse, Mr. Nigga.
I think I'm gonna stay on mine.
Yeah, you can stay on that.
I look at it like this. I think I actually want to. The song is very catchy, but I actually want to bring the conversation to the greater conversation of just music and degeneracy. And, all of us here, we're all, grown, we're accomplished and whatever, in our lives and things of that nature. And I always felt like growing up, I grew up off of, talking my age, going way, way back, Salt and Pepper, Big Daddy Kane, people like that, going into Little Kim, Foxy Brown, all that, whatever. And, I enjoyed, even going now into like, Nicki and people like that and Bia and whatever. I always enjoyed the music growing up, but I always felt like I could separate the degeneracy because it wasn't my real life. We went to church every Sunday. I don't have a criminal record. I couldn't even imagine stealing and boosting and all this other stuff and whatever. And it's funny because I remember when I was like maybe like 10 years old, my sister, the one you met, Chrissy came to me and she had said like, rap is about like selling drugs, right? I had no idea. Like we were just, I'm I don't know about selling no drugs and like that, I didn't know, but I didn't know it was about selling drugs. I didn't know flipping packs and whatever. I didn't know what it was about. I just went with
I
don't know. It was just a debate. I don't know. I never thought about that. Selling drugs was not in my mind of things to ever do. Like the idea of that, it's not something that even crossed my mind. Selling drugs, doing crime, what? Like never. You know what I mean? Not me. You know what I mean?
From New York.
I am from New York. But
all it is crime.
So I mean, I just especially in the 90s, especially
that's right. You grew up in a crack era.
Or Giuliani came along, absolutely. But I never thought about it that way. But I do have to say, and I kind of feel a little bit of a hypocrite because as much as I am, anti-degeneracy, and we're always talking about conservatives, family values and, being tough on crime and things. I'm very much tough on crime, throw all them niggas in jail, whatever, who doing crimes and hurting people and whatever. But then again, but I also, vibe to the music. And it's like, how can we really say that we are for conservative values, yet we are playing and we're boosting this music? And the thing is, look, I think that we're of a smarter ilk. Obviously, we can separate the crime from that. But I think with Spin That, I think the reason why Spin That has become such like a controversy is because she's not necessarily talking about, robbing and killing. It's just like stealing from stores. It's such a low barrier of entry that any young girl can hear that and be like, I want that Goyard. I'm about to go steal it. And it's another, thing as an aside, her mother was jailed for a few years because her mother was boosting out of a mall, probably Aventura Mall because it was Florida. And she ran over a girl, hit the girl. I don't know. I think she might have killed her. It might have been a manslaughter.
When she
fled.
She went
in jail for a few years or whatever. So a lot of people are just upset. It's like your mother killed the girl, and then like you're like spin that shit. It's just.
Well, on a lighter note, if you're boosting from Aventura, which is like very low grade.
No, but Aventura has high end stores in it.
I've been to Aventura recently. But it sucks. So if you're boosting from Aventura,
they got Louis.
We need to up the.
They got Louis.
Bar Harvard.
They got Louis. They got Gucci. They have those stores in there, whatever. But so I want to bring it around. Bring it around the table. We'll start with you, Naomi, since you had so much to say. Do you feel that it's somewhat hypocritical for people like us? You're an accomplished lawyer. I'm the political commentator. I'm on the Newsmax and the thing. We're, conservatives and things. Do you think it's somewhat a bit on the hypocritical side? For the record, I don't like this Spin That song. This is not, I don't like this song. I'm more of a Nicki person.
I look, whether it's hypocritical or not, I could care less. Okay. We were at the White House literally singing black ghetto music, okay, in front of the president. Like, let's not forget.
But even that.
Let's not forget, okay?
But even that.
You're going to be black wherever you at any point, and it's
But is that being black?
I'm about to go into it. Let me finish.
Okay.
Yeah, it is. It's a shared experience. Growing up, okay, you might have not had this because you was in the church every week. Some of us wasn't, all right? We only went to church on Easter and on Christmas and New Year's. Yeah, we only went on the holidays, right? But I know growing up, I was trying to do the crybaby in my basement to usher 8701, right? I was my neck, my back in with all my cousins. Well, yeah, all my cousins were scamming and stealing, all right, running through Kohl's and, running out with a handful of jeans. Everybody was doing it, and we didn't have a song to tell us to do it.
I know you didn't talk shit about Aventura to my y'all was right up in Kohl's.
I didn't say hold up. I didn't
bring that down a notch.
Okay? I didn't say y'all. I did not say I was included in that. But
steal that shit.
No,
steal that shit.
In the bag. No. But I say that to say, like, right, growing up in a normal black environment, we all have shared experiences, right? Growing up, no matter what part of the country you're from, right? We all know we had them cousins that was running in there and grabbing, and y'all came home and we helped them burn the sensors off, even though we didn't actually go steal with them. It's just embedded in us. No, seriously, it's embedded in us to just get by anyway, right? Like no matter what that is. And sometimes, unfortunately, it's stuff and shit in your bag. All right. You don't need to be like so far removed from these experiences that you can't even listen to the music. It's the same conversation they had about R. Kelly. Oh, because he doing the XYZ, you can't two-step in the name of love. Like, what? What does that have to do with anything? I have judges listening to spin that shit and we laugh about it. It's just funny. Yeah, we don't have to do that. If you don't want your kids throwing stuff in that Goyard bag, why don't you start regulating their media? My 11-year-old doesn't even have a phone. Okay. He doesn't even know what spin that is, but he knows about, EDM music that, and he loves that because he doesn't want to hear all that. But I'm sorry, growing up, yeah, we were listening to it. And even now, I don't care if I became the president. Play spin that shit when I want to turn up. Like, what's the problem? We all have common sense. And when you start trusting the media and everything like that to determine what's good and okay for your kids, you failed as a parent. Okay, you failed as a sister or brother, whoever you are. Like, we all control our own narratives in our lives. If you don't want kids and them listening to that, then cut it off. Period. What's the problem?
I just feel
what's the big deal?
I just feel like it shouldn't, or that should not be what defines the Black experience.
And neither should a Freaknik, okay, in the 90s, right? Neither should half the music we've listened to. The NWA? Like, do we need to start going backwards? Need we forget? Like, are you kidding me right now? 50 Cent? Who shot you? Like, we could go on and on about music giving you incentive to go do things. This ain't the first time and it won't be the last. That's what I'm saying. And it's a dumbass narrative for people to try to climb on top of to get a little bit of fame. Like, let that girl live. She done came from the streets fucking for money, stealing. Her JT done rised up above it. And now Carisha's trying to. She's talking about shared experiences that she's had in her life with people in her community. And I hate to be all woke about it, but that's what it is, right? She's talking about something she actually did. She lived that life. Y'all want rappers to talk about their life. She's doing it. Now you're giving her pushback for it. Make it make sense.
Again,
if she wasn't actually doing it, then we'd be having a different conversation.
I don't agree. I feel like that should not be, because even let's for example, we look at the white people, we look at Italians, and they had the mafia. But you don't have Frank Sinatra. I rolled on my ops and I killed those people. Like, like, why? And I get that's what I asked you, William. The bigger question: why is that seen as Black culture? That's the issue I have. Like, if you want to make the song, whatever, people can listen to whatever they want. I'm free speech, whatever. But why is this being pushed
into
like,
Black
this
culture?
Is Black culture, because nobody else, you know what I mean? Because even when they have like the BET Awards, culture, and this song was all over the BET Awards or whatever, and it's like, if you want to do that, that's fine. But why is that being pushed as like, this is what Black culture is?
Right. First, I want to say I do appreciate versatility in music. On my way here, I was just listening to NBA YoungBoy. I ain't gonna say which song, but I was just listening to him on my way here. Listen, it's adult music. It's no different than watching porn. I got kids. My 5-year-old kid, he doesn't listen to Young Miami. He listens to what I listen to. 9 times out of 10, when I'm around him, we listen to something from the 90s.
Same.
Yeah, we listen to something from the 90s. It's regulated. Why do they have it as Black culture? I don't know. Maybe because Black people, make the music. I think this is a small part of Black culture. I think songs like this don't stand the test of time. It's not going to be around 3, 4, 5 years from now. It's not going to be like a Whitney Houston song when she's dropping her vocals and people still crying, or some Michael Jackson albums. This is a song for people who low vibrational people who want to turn up, or people who want to just have fun, at the club. I don't think, like she said, she's a lawyer and she listens to the song. You know what I mean? I don't think it's a big thing as far as our culture. Could we have better music than this? Absolutely. And do people get hypnotized from this type of shit? Absolutely. And I know that for a fact.
But that's the thing. Like, we get it. Like, we understand. But there's gonna be some young girl out there with her homegirls in junior high school. Like, we about to go boost and more.
About to go boost, or some young boy out there saying we about to go scam. I guarantee you, with some young scammers out there right now that just hit they lick and they listening to the song and they like, they turned up.
Because
can't wait for the next one.
They just ran a chase account up.
Yeah, they just ran one up.
The girls don't want them young math club niggas. Right.
Right. So I mean, it's sad, and it's the reality. It's the reality of things. People can't differentiate what's real and what's not. It's the same thing with movies. I mean, you got people watching, you might watch a football movie and now this average Joe think he can go try out for the NFL. Like, what I mean? Or whatever the case may be, Paid in Full. How many people wanted to be bricklayers, when they watched Paid in Full?
Yeah.
How many people wanted to join the mob when they watched Goodfellas?
When you say bricklayer, you mean like bricks?
We mean like construction.
I've never seen this movie before.
No, like,
guys are your bricklayers.
But also, like Players Club, how many girls wanted to start dancing?
Yeah, I mean, I guess we're giving bad examples.
Yeah, we
because
all
it's
all
like the culture.
But that is okay. But that was my point. And to your point, you was listening to NBA YoungBoy on the way here. I have a young orthopedic surgeon I follow on TikTok who listens to him every time he does a surgery.
Right.
And he's Indian.
Right. And it gets you motivated. I'm not
going
to spin the block on my ops, but on the way here or even
and that's a Carisha bar.
Right, exactly. One time I went to go speak in front of City Hall and I was listening to Chief Keef Finito right before I walked into City Hall. Motivated me. I went in there and dropped the bomb on
that
the
song, by the way.
You know what my go-to song is before I go into court? It's Tour Hood Poetry, and it's Game Time because it is what it is. It just gets the people going. It's provocative.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And athletes do the same thing. They listen to all types of music before they, step on the field or step on their respective courts, and they just, it just motivates you. You know what I mean? So is the music a problem in the culture? I mean, yeah, but is it a problem where as though we have to worry? I don't know.
I just think they're doing a bit much for this one little summer song. Like, if they're just doing so much, it doesn't deserve this much attention. It really doesn't.
They acting like it's going to be Michael Jackson big right now.
And if we want to talk about Michael Jackson, that's a whole nother show because, did Michael Jackson deny somebody baby in one of his songs? And we still love that song to this day, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Michael was hitting and quitting.
Mike was the first player.
Mike was the first to say it ain't mine. You know what I mean? A shared experience, black men. We get it. Mama's baby, Papa's maybe. But we love Mike, right? We love the music. And so it's like, come on, we pick and choose when to be outraged.
So what you got to say, Veronica, on Spin That? Are you spending that?
No, I'm not spending that. I ain't got shit to spend, but
have you ever boosted?
No, I haven't, but I know
on here.
But I know people.
Please don't.
I do know people that are boosters.
Yeah.
Can you give me their Instagrams? Just kidding. That's a crime.
But I like the song. I'm not gonna lie. I think it's catchy. I like it. I be blasting it in the car. But I do understand where India Irie was coming from.
Right.
Different other people. But like she said, just to piggyback off of what she said, we listen to way worse songs than this song. Like Uchi Wally Wally,
yeah.
Hot Girl by who was that group with Lil Wayne and them?
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't think at the time a lot of kids knew
what
Uchi
all
Wally
that
was.
Oh no, we knew what it was. We knew what it was.
But it was good enough to where as though Uchi Wally Wally, that could be anything. Which she's literally saying, where my scamming niggas
Hold on.
at?
Do we want to Uchi?
Yeah.
Do we need to pull up any Trina song?
Or Little Kim, I don't want dick tonight.
I don't think.
Come on now, we had way worse music, so
and it was on the radio.
Exactly.
Good time.
Why this ain't a good time?
To be you and
where all my get money bitches?
Right, to be you and play devil's advocate. She's promoting crime.
And that was
and I get that. I get
free.
That. I do understand that.
It should also be a crime.
I would like to see the retail store theft numbers.
You know they was already stealing before.
I'm sure they
damn song.
And I wonder,
they gonna steal if they want to steal, whether they heard the song or not.
Lululemon for the last 3 years.
I wonder if will retail establishments play this song in their
They should. You know what?
Not.
But she's not lying though. I've traveled all around the world. I've in the last year, I've been to probably 8 different countries. Okay, and I've been really loving the African men. And I will say, every African man that I have encountered, they got a good yard. And they be stuffing that shit in their bag.
Was it legally acquired?
Duh.
Or was it Nigerian Prince going?
No, it was where my boosted ass niggas at. Okay, that's where it was. All right. So she's not in a vacuum here. All right. I done traveled to so many countries. They all scamming. All right. Everybody's scamming right now, except us good people in this room.
For the record,
Except us.
for the record, they're not throwing it in the go yard for anybody. So don't get any ideas out there. Everybody's
Ass
not
in
getting.
jail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like her mama.
But
Shit.
it's just like, come on. This is just like, this is 2026, being a hot girl, running the streets. Like, we all were.
Like, leave Carisha.
Leave Carisha alone and leave the scammers alone. They're gonna get theirs. They're gonna get.
They're going to
theirs.
get caught.
Yeah, they're gonna get theirs.
So-
What are y'all so pressed for?
Right.
I'm gonna call 911
But there
yourself.
are people- but there are people behind those scams, and they are taking advantage of people.
And that is why
I've been
you can
scammed
press
before.
charges and get it taken off your credit.
But it's-
Okay.
But it's a very inconvenient thing, and it's something that shouldn't be.
Yeah.
And I can't.
Totally.
And even to encourage, but even
I
like I
can't
said, to
encourage that.
encourage the activity, I have a felony on my record. You know what I mean? For a scam.
Oh,
what I'm
What you
saying?
so
did?
you were a scammer.
What
No,
you
I
did?
wasn't a scammer.
Do you have a Goyard clutch? Speak now. That wasn't a no.
But that's not activities that we want to encourage the youth to do.
No, and
You know what I
neither is, other types of violence and crime like Jay-Z raps about and was rapping about when he was getting his hair cut last night.
Yeah.
Right? So come on.
And then
like,
they say
please.
something about Colin Kaepernick.
Yeah,
too.
like, so my thing is this. Look, everybody, what are we talking about? You either have enough common sense to know I'm gonna hear about it and I'm not gonna do it, or you don't. And the
Right.
people that don't, they already been doing it.
Yeah, I agree.
Case closed.
I agree. Just because I listen to the
To it.
song doesn't mean I'm going to go to KOP.
And if you think,
and
yeah,
I'm going to
and
start
boosting.
stealing and shit because that's not my character.
Yeah, that's not your character.
I can listen to any type of music and
But there is some
still
people,
do me.
there is some people that will see that and say, well,
And-
it has worked, and
Yeah,
they'll see it.
but they don't need
online.
Carisha to tell them for it to work. They got the internet. They got Reddit. Okay, they got WhatsApp. They got TikTok. They've been doing. This ain't the one that
And-
sends the one guy who was like, "Should I go get that bag at Neiman's?" This wasn't his catalyst to pull the trigger. Get real.
Well, I'm probably not.
The
his,
Knicks
but-
winning was, but this wasn't.
Well, but I'm sure there are a lot of these young girls that are influenced, by this culture and see her as somebody that they want to be like, especially because she is, a black woman. She's I'm about to be all woke now, Jesus. She's a black woman.
It
She's an unambiguous black woman. So I see that a lot of black girls are going to see themselves, in her, and that's the thing that I worry about. Yes, I know that I'm not going to be influenced by no music and stuff like that. I know that
I
I'm
get
not.
what you're saying.
I know my kids would not, but some of these other little rap scallions out there who are raising themselves, you know
There's
what I
some
mean?
horrible parents.
These-
out
But
there.
that's the
it is.
parents' fault.
But that's not the catalyst to that behavior 9 times out of 10. If you already got a girl who's 15 or something from the streets raising herself, she already running the streets, okay, drinking, driving, and fucking. This ain't the catalyst to committing crime. She's probably already doing it.
Yeah.
All right, she already done did a utility bill scam. All right, let it go.
Yeah, I just say more than anything, I just hate that this type of stuff is what's seen as,
And what
black
sells in the
culture,
black community.
and
get
this
it.
is the impression that we give
Yeah.
to the world. Unfortunately, I do wish that there were more. I feel like even when we were growing up, like you had the Cosby Show, and for whatever people say about Cosby,
Yes, sister,
whatever. This
sister.
is Philadelphia. We love Bill Cosby here, but you had him playing the jazz music, and you had Nancy Wilson. It just showed black folks something different. I feel like now in these days, we don't even have that. It's literally just the ratchet shit.
Yeah.
Well, speak for yourself. I love a Christian drill. I'm like the only person these days I feel like that listens to Christian drill, and we call it drill because it's like the same beat, not necessarily I'm shooting people. But I love a Christian drill song. Christian rap has been my thing. It's just I think what people are making popular these days and what's not. We just don't have as much diversity in the media pushes.
Yeah, and also we got the J. Cole's, we got some Kendrick Lamar's,
Yeah.
things like that. But I agree, there's not enough of them, especially the women.
Yeah.
It seems like
Yeah.
nowadays, it seems like nowadays when women are rapping, they have to rap like this. They have to rap about selling themselves.
Yeah.
They have to rap about tricking. They have to rap about, messing with dudes who have the biggest bag. They have to rap about certain things
Because that's what sells
That's what
today.
And unfortunately, a lot of women have come to the realization that when you start making your own money, you don't need a nigga to trick on you.
yeah.
You are the trick. Like Cher says, you are the rich man. I think we are still, especially as Black women and up and coming Black women, we are still stuck in the mindset that we need a man to save us, or we have to get something from a man. And it's not going to be until women start, becoming more lawyers and doctors and working for the court.
Are they in that mindset now?
I mean, I think they are.
It seems like now I'm hearing like, we don't need a man. We don't need a man to do this. We don't need a man.
I think there's still a majority of women still love men, need men, and rely on men. And I'm not saying we shouldn't. I absolutely think, that's a man's role in society, right?
Yeah.
But I think as a woman, your value to when we talk about how you resonate with things that she says, like tricking and a guy got to do this before I do that. That comes from a sense of not having enough self-worth.
Right.
Okay. That comes from that internal process that as Black women, a lot of times we're growing up and we don't have mothers who are so affectionate or endearing that put that in us. They say you should look pretty. You should go get the one that makes the most money, have a baby that's 6'5" and send them to the league.
And that's
Does that
it.
ever work out?
No,
No.
but they still teach it. That's my point. That is my point. No, it never works out.
I still think there is a place for traditional values and people getting married and having the family life and things of that nature. I think that we sometimes forget about that. There is this whole trad renewal, which we're seeing of the young people, which is nice. But yeah, it's a good thing to see. But again, Diddy's girlfriend does not represent Black people.
I'm a traditional person myself, No, she doesn't.
Yeah. But in more serious news, we have President Trump has been fighting. He's actually trying to get the 14th Amendment relitigated. Let's put up this picture of Donnie here. He's trying to get the 14th Amendment relitigated. Thank God, because I think the whole I don't know what the hell happened with Amy Coney Barrett or whatever. I don't know why she was side with I believe it was her, and I believe it was because it was a 6-3, right? So I believe it was her and John Roberts. I think on that side, 6-3. And it's just like, what the fuck? Like, what would even make y'all do such a thing? Especially because the 14th Amendment was written for Black people who were descendants of slaves, and obviously they're using this loophole to get anybody, any Tom, Dick, and Harry up in this country. But it was not originally written for that. And I'm sure back in those times in 1860s, 70s, 80s, when this was done, that no one would even think that we would have random Mexicans, dropping kids off and saying, we're citizens now. You know what I mean? And I think that, and what I hate that what the Democrats and what the left does is they take this loophole and they exploit yet another thing they exploit that belongs to Black people for illegal immigrants for their own political power. That's the point. They want them here because they want more voters, they want more people, and we've already been replaced. We're no longer the top minority in this country. So I mean the power that comes from that is already gone. And they want to continue to push this. And for President Trump, as much as they say that he's racist, the Black folks can't stand him for whatever reason,
but yet he's fighting for Black Americans.
Literally fighting for Black Americans. So there is another little anchor baby or whatever she is out here that has something to say about this. Let's pull her video up.
And they had those billboards in Texas.
Right, they had billboards in Texas. They literally were advertising.
C-section, $5,000.
Literally advertising.
Like, what?
This is insane.
Literally advertising.
Oh, God, Barney B.
This is crazy.
I can't stand her.
Why would she wear this wig on CNN?
We need to have her. Yes, Team Nikki over here. Look, Team Nikki over here. This is definitely a Barb program.
Period.
Let's see. Let me add. It's secrets and shit over there. Share with the rest of the class.
No, it's none of your business. It's about scamming. No,
so let's play this video, which I hope it does play.
I thought she said African American.
From Anchor Baby B over here, Barney B.
Wait, can we just acknowledge the fact that she really took this interview not seriously?
That wig is the best.
Like, what is that?
Body uniform?
That's the robe. She didn't even put a shirt
I think
on.
she was on. So she looks like Michael Jackson there. Actually,
on set or something like.
Ladies, we have to stop getting facial balancing. We all can't look up the same usually like this.
Yeah,
getting crazy.
That wig, and I think the wig is on the headband. Looks like.
Yeah, she didn't even lay the edges yet.
It looks like the wig is on the headband. So let's look at what Barney B as like I said, this is a Barb network here. We are Team Nikki here all the way. Well, let's see what Cardi B has to say.
You're on your own with
about
that.
this.
I mean, I feel like the reason why Caribbeans like me, like Caribbeans like my family, and Latinos and Hispanic people, the reason why they could thrive in this country is because Black African Americans fought for everybody to like be equal. If it wasn't for them, it wouldn't be no Caribbeans thriving here. Like they was the ones that fought for this. So I'm always gonna be thankful and grateful for that. And it's very important that like, you know, this is it's important for the history, and it's important to give flowers because, you know, somebody wants to erase the history of these schools, but you got to keep these histories alive. Let me not get too political. I might get in trouble.
You're not going to get in trouble. We love you so much.
It's the fact that she says histories with an IE on the end.
History.
She says that
Like,
seriously.
she thinks she's so smart too.
She's adorable though. Okay, I'll give it to Cardi. She's so like her personality is endearing. Like the little cute, she's adorable. Like, but that aside, she don't make no fucking sense.
I mean, the history. She said that ass serious. And look, I just saw she was at the Essence Festival. So she's another one, a non-Black American at the Black Festival, of course, but she represents Black women now. You know, I mean, it's ridiculous. I say this to Cardi B, look, you should be very glad because again, the 14th Amendment for Black people is now being exploited for you and your ilk and the rest of y'all anchor babies, whatever the company in this country. So I'm sure you're very happy. And Black women are what keep this alive and what keep this going. You know what I mean? Like they are the number one buyers and supporters of whatever it is that she calls herself doing, rapping or having other people write rhymes for her or whatever, you know, partisans raps that he writes for her. And you know, I actually am correct.
She called Black women roaches.
Call Black women roaches. She's literally at the Essence Festival.
But she loves Black men and she loves cosplaying as a Black woman. I mean, let's get into that another day.
But so what do you guys, and we'll go around, we'll start with you, Naomi. What do you think about, I mean, because you're here, you already started talking. So what do you think about Cardi saying this? Do you think that she's correct that, you know, Caribbeans, these other people owe Black people a debt of gratitude for what they have in this country? You know, and also Trump and the 14th Amendment and all that stuff. She mentioned Trump also, and Trump erasing our histories, which she said that unironically. It's nuts. Anyway.
I feel like it's so much to unpack with this, but I'll keep it brief and
you guys
short.
talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back.
Yeah. So I just think first of all, I get what she was trying to do, right? Like she wants to give people their flowers. She wants to acknowledge that Black people were here first. We're the foundation of this country. And without us, the blueprint wouldn't be there. I get it. But like respectfully, it's a bit different. We were forced to be here, right? This wasn't a choice. Some of us maybe later on, but I just think I get it. She had good intentions. Like, I'm sorry. I don't see it as negatively as everyone else. Like, I understand why, you know, it's a slippery slope with immigration. But like, and I've said this before on his show, when I've been here before, my dad's an immigrant. You know what I mean? Without Black people, without people coming before us, it would have been a hell of a lot harder, you know, for him to be able to gain citizenship and do X, Y, Z. Did my father do what a lot of, you know, Hispanic people do and things like that? Bring a bunch of people? No, he didn't. He just came by himself. There was no one else. He got married first, you know, like but he got citizenship before he started his life, before he got married, before he had kids, because he didn't want that to be something like I took advantage when I got here of these things. No, he did it the right way. So in terms of people using, I guess, our history, right, as a way to basically give merit to them flooding our borders, no, I don't agree with it. But to her just saying, you know, hey, heads up, I'm appreciative, I don't see anything wrong with it. It's not like that provocative.
No, yeah. I think people should be appreciative of the struggles that Black Americans have went through. But as far as the 14th Amendment, I don't think it's too much to ask for our Supreme Court to just require that at least one parent be born in America, because it's not like it was. People don't come here and assimilate like they once did in the 80s or the 70s or the 60s or even before then. Now it's different. We have international threats. We have people just literally coming here, having a child and going back to their country.
You can't do that in any other country.
No, you can't do that in any other country. And we have to preserve this country. This is the greatest country in the world.
Yeah.
And we have to preserve it. And for people to not see this and not understand this, it's alarming.
But
to
do
say
you
the
see how
least.
that statement is used on the other side? What you just said, we have to preserve this country, right?
Yeah.
We have to keep it sacred. We have to keep people out. Do you not see how the left uses that exact phrase to say how white people were back then, right? We have to keep the lines divided. We have to keep our hierarchy. I get it on both sides. Like, I get what you're saying.
I'm not against immigration. I'm
you're
not
just
against it.
the illegal.
I'm against illegal immigration hard because listen, the fact
I'm against immigration. I just want to.
The fact of the matter is, if you come to this country, it's like operating on probation. We need to know where you are, who you are, what you're doing at all times. You don't have the rights as an American citizen.
Well, to your point, they do that though, for asylum at least. When you come over this country and you want to get asylum, they pull up a phone at the border with an app, okay? They track you almost everywhere you go. They know where you're at. You have to be certain places at certain times. I don't get, since we already do that, why they don't do it for regular immigration.
They need to be upgraded like you said earlier, though.
Oh, they do.
You know,
they do.
we need to,
but it's something.
We need to relook at those asylum laws and change those quickly also, because asylum isn't what it used to be. No. And I don't want to sound harsh and we say, you know, people are running from things and the left likes to use that excuse. Oh, they're running from this, they're running from that. Black Americans couldn't run from shit. There was no place for us to run to. We had to stay here. We had to endure until it got better. And I think we should hold those people under the same standards.
I agree.
But we're putting a lot of energy into the 14th Amendment. But I proposed before that we change Article 1, Section 2 and 3 of our Constitution that changes the qualifications to run for United States Congress.
Amen.
Right now, it's a 7-year gap right now. So that's why we have people like Mom Domney and whatnot. And that means anyone can come to our country, whether they have allegiance to us or not. We look at Ilhan Omar. We need to change the United States Senate qualifications to the same qualifications as the president. And we need to change our House of Representative qualifications to keep that the same. But if you come to this country, you have to be a citizen for at least 18 years before you even think about running for Congress, because these people are controlling our money, they're controlling our borders, they're controlling our laws.
F that. And you got to be born here to do anything. You shouldn't be able to be a dog catcher up in this bitch if you was born here. Yeah. Period. Yeah. You can't go to nobody else's country to do that bullshit.
Exactly.
Because just because you come here,
I don't agree with that. I think that we have different paths to citizenship in this country, a lot of which reside on professional and occupational and need visas, right? Like there are certain types of chemists that come here on a particular thing. I think after you do a certain amount of time and you become a actual citizen, you should be allowed to run for anything you want. This is your time. If you pay your taxes and you did your little time frame, you should be able to have every liberty afforded to you that anyone born here. That is the American dream.
President?
Say it again.
You think they should be able to run for president?
Oh, I feel like I'm gonna eat these words, but you know what? I'm gonna die on the hill. Yeah, and I only say that because if I was born a week later, I wouldn't be an American citizen. Yeah, but I could have been. But I could have been.
You can marry one.
No, the beauty is my mama was lazy and didn't want to travel. Okay. Like, my mom said she ain't having no kids over there in that country. It's crazy over there. And that's why, it is what it is. But my point is, you never know. I'm a person that has relations with a lot of others, a lot of people who aren't citizens. And I'm sorry, if I end up marrying one of them and after a certain amount of time they become a citizen, why can't he run for president? You pay here, but you should be allowed to take advantage of every opportunity.
You shouldn't be.
Can I give you an example?
You're not born here.
In Arcadia, California,
any elective.
To me, you can run be a chemist. You can't be no fucking president.
Yeah,
it's all about your.
Get this point. That's my point. If it's all about your allegiance and I leave my country, give up my citizenship, become a citizen of your country, pay my taxes, do 10 to 18, however many years, why am I not now seen as an equal?
Well, I think we should allow them to run for state office. I think state,
but nothing higher than
not federal.
State.
I think state, because if you come to this country, it doesn't enable you to control our laws. But I believe you should be able to run
have
for
a lot of
but you say our laws like they're not included in our at that point. It's their laws too,
When-
their
and-
constitution
and
too.
I
So
get
why
what-
they waving their flag in our country,
Yeah.
talk about their country?
well,
Fuck
that's
outta here.
well, that's the difference. Then I see.
You
That's
got to go.
I get
but
what
that's
you're
a separate
saying.
type of people
I
that
get
do
what you're
that,
saying,
right?
but that's
Those are
what
the
we're
ones
worried-
that's pushing
what
for
we're
all
worried
this
about.
shit.
Look at
Right.
Sadie Vance's wife. She's Indian. She's waving an American flag every chance she gets.
Was she
She's a
born
great
there?
American. She's a
I believe
great
she was
American.
born
But,
here.
but that's my point is this. It don't same argument for her. How do you know? You get what I'm saying?
We can look it
Like,
up.
what I'm saying is, how do you know? How do you know where her allegiance would have
We
been?
don't.
That is my point.
We
That
don't.
is my point.
And
Like,
that's the problem.
But is
there
it-
are so
but is
many
it-
immigrants
but
that come here
but
that
it's
have
just
more
like-
more allegiance to America than people
But it's
who were
just
born
like,
here.
it's just like you have like with this situation with illegal immigration, they're trying to kick out people. They're saying, oh, if you did a DUI, whatever, you shouldn't be kicked out. We have our own fucking criminals here, so I don't have time to figure out what your shit is. We gotta
Yeah.
figure out the niggas who live here ain't right yet. My thing is that everybody in America who was born this bitch was right. Then I say, okay, sure, we can open up the doors. Americans ain't right, so I don't have time.
We
That's
have
why
our
I
own
don't have time.
issues.
These other people, I don't give a fuck. Go back to where the fuck you came from. Our people ain't right. As many people, even with the whole Israel Palestine, whatever, and whatever, everybody feels bad Palestine. Whatever. Look, in Philadelphia, we got people out here matrixing and dying and on fentanyl. I ain't got time to care about nobody fucking else except people in this country. When this country is right, then I will think about them. But for us to be having an argument about other people, why our people are so fucked up, it's nuts. We have the whole fucking Francis Scott Key Bridge, okay, named after Francis Scott Key, who's the writer of the Star Spangled Banner. 250th pass. That bridge has still not been built after all this time. We have our own fucking problems. I ain't got time to be building no bridge in fucking Iran and this place and that place, and our shit ain't right. We have people in the middle of the country, rural broadband, who still dialing up. In 2026, you still got people out in West Virginia, Kentucky, out in the way in the sticks, still dialing the fuck up. And we cloning sheep and shit. Fuck out of here. Fuck all of them. America first. Period. Nobody should be running for any damn thing who ain't born in this bitch. That's the period. If I was the president, I have no problem saying that. This is bullshit.
And that's the proposal that we proposed over the last couple of
Amen.
weeks. We're trying
I'm
to
with
get
And
we're
all
trying
of
to
those
get
black
Congress
people.
to actually back it and get it to the floor, because I think that'll be the fastest amendment in history. It'll be faster than trying to get the 14th Amendment amended. If we amend Article 1, Section 2 and 3, and
Democrats
just
ain't
change
doing
the
that shit.
qualifications.
It's never happening.
Democrats ain't doing
Not
that.
at all.
I don't think it's going to happen.
It's a novel idea, even though I'm not necessarily for this or gung ho. I still think that I get where you're coming from. I can see your angle, but it's never happening.
I just think these people are looking at our Constitution and they see a roadmap
Trying to find holes.
to infiltrate our country. It's
That's what I'm
there.
saying.
The holes are there. The holes were created just in case our elected officials became radical. But what happening is these radicals have literally hijacked the Democratic Party's infrastructure, used it as their own. It's like they let the fox.
They want to hijack our
the
land.
Trojan horse.
Now they're panicking and saying we got to get the fox out, but the fox is here to stay.
Right, and it's in the name of socialism and free stuff and justice. Bull fucking shit. Because if you look at Mondami, the buses still ain't fucking free to shit it up. Like, what are we really doing here?
Right.
This is bullshit. And they lie to people. They tell you all this grand, fun, whatever shit. Going back to what I was saying about the illegal immigration. You can't have the free shit and the illegals. You got to pick one, Democrats. Free shit, fucking illegals. And it's like no one ever puts it to them and makes them choose a side. This is bullshit. Everything they're
Because choosing a side would be detrimental to the base. That means that we're prioritizing
to their power, because they just want more of these people here so they can vote for them. That's the whole point.
That's why they was
And
giving
they're
them.
using black people's shit to do it, because the 14th Amendment, that was our shit. And it's crazy to me how black folks sit around, all the black overseers, corny ass D.L. Hughley and Plies and all these other niggas out here pushing this bullshit just to be anti-Trump. Like I tell black folks, stop looking at fucking
They
Trump. It's
being
not about
paid.
Trump.
Yeah.
Like they make anything Trump say, they gotta say the opposite.
Yeah.
This bitch, Trump says this. So now you gotta say the opposite. If the shit works for
And
you as a
DL
black
Hughley
person,
blocked
go
my
with
ex,
it.
By the way,
I'm sure he did his fucking corny ass.
Why are we
Corny
looking?
ass nigga.
Why are we looking toward? Why are we looking towards Cardi B, DL Hughley, all these
for
other
politics. This is
right to
insane.
give us our political pathway?
No, thank
These
you.
people are morons in themselves.
Literally.
Well, they're literally just getting pushed by the Democrat Party. Because I mean,
yeah.
come on.
Well,
who the fuck
Malcolm
is
X
talking
spoke about
Plies?
that. How they
Right,
use
Plies.
famous people.
Who? Exactly. Who? Like, So they're getting a little check off there. I mean, you got fucking Luke running for Congress in Florida. Are you fucking serious right now, Uncle Luke? He
Man,
all ass up. for
Out of all
Democrats.
the people, Uncle Luke,
Right.
I saw that.
what are we doing?
I'm glad he's a Democrat.
So
not a
embarrassing.
conservative.
So fucking embarrassing.
What world would he be a conservative?
I'm glad. I mean, all it takes is a
But
name on the
honestly,
paper.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be real about it. If Luke did turn MAGA, niggas would get with it. Let's not say it because MAGA be so pressed for any fucking body who is
MAGA will
celebrity.
take anybody.
They will take anybody.
But also,
Look at that.
MAGA will take any black.
Look at that American 250 shit. I mean, they had people, they dug niggas up out from the bottom of people's shoe
Now,
when they performing.
Not too much, because I was just down there.
I mean, yeah, for real. I mean, come on.
Not too much. Hey, Donnie, I'm
Come
grateful.
on. Come on. I mean, so a lot of times we have to watch too, being conservative, not just take anybody. And I get it because look, we're very happy, you know what I mean, for anybody, black, the term, because I think the conservatives are just tired of being called racist all the time.
Yeah.
But there still needs to be a level of vetting.
We still can't pander.
We gotta have standards.
Yeah.
We gotta have right. We can't be like the Democrats, just taking any little thing. But no, as far as like this hoe and this 14th Amendment, whatever, no, that's for black. That's our shit. And I wish that someone black on the conservative side were speaking up and can say that. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm just me. I'm just a little nigga here in Philadelphia. You know what I mean? I'm not, whatever. Y'all McCoon, y'all niggas listen to me.
Yeah,
but for somebody who actually fucking listen to, I would like for someone like that to stand up and say, look, okay, we may not like Trump, okay, we hate Trump, whatever. But this particular amendment for y'all trying to delineate, because these the same niggas fighting about, white people are taking our hair, they're taking braids. So y'all fight about white people taking braids, but y'all don't fight about illegals taking your amendment that was for you. Make it make sense.
As black folks, that's what we need to understand. The 14th Amendment belongs to us. It belongs to us, not anyone else. It belongs to us.
And white folks agree. The white MAGA folks agree.
Right.
So
they're upset about it.
They're more upset than we are.
They more upset than we
are. What is that about?
MAGA like this is an atrocity. Those were our black people. That's their amendment.
What the fuck? What is this?
Exactly.
But you got all these
they mad as shit on
liberals, right? All these liberals trying to push this shit for these fucking illegals.
Listen, people say what they want about MAGA. The white liberals are the real racists.
Oh hell yeah!
I've been to MAGA events. I've been to MAGA events. I've talked to MAGA people. I've talked to MAGA supporters. Listen, the real racist ones are these white liberals and these white Democrats.
Mm-hmm. I 100% agree. I've never gotten any racial comments from any Republican.
They come from
besides
leftists, left and right.
Besides clowns like
Uncle Tom.
Yeah.
Disgrace to your people.
Oh, and you call yourself black?
Right.
Like they'll do themselves black.
Right.
Like
rarely see a lot of, listen, don't get me wrong. Racism exists in all different
Cardi
shapes and forms, but I don't really see a lot of racist MAGA people. I'm just gonna say that
they around.
They're
around, but they're not blatant and out with it.
They're like the white liberals.
The liberals, the white Democrat liberals, these motherfuckers are out in the open with the shit. I had one tell me, "You voted for Trump. There's no way you're black." You know what I mean? He told me some shit I didn't know.
Yeah.
I was confused all these years. You know what I mean? So the white liberals are crazy.
But it's like anything else. Who is anybody to tell you what black is and what black is not? Exactly. You are black, so you determine what that is.
This is off topic. So I was at a dispensary like a couple weeks ago, and the girl went to give me my change back, and it had a Trump sticker on the dollar sign. She was like, "Oh, I'm not gonna give you that dollar." I was like, "Oh no, give me that dollar because I like Trump. I want that one." But she just assumed I didn't like Trump because I was black. No, baby, I love Trump. Give me that damn dollar. I might keep it forever just because his name is on it.
I remember when you posted it. Yeah.
She was like, "Okay, have a good day." I'm like,
but it's like George Bush said, it's the soft bigotry of low expectations. Because they just think that we're just like, "Oh, come here, little blackie." Oh, that's not the black. Black people love to be like the wokey blacks, love to be like special. They think that shit is like, and they're not treating you like you're special, treating you like you're fucking retarded. Don't say that about the blacks. Don't say that. Like, that's not, they're not treating you like an equal. Right. They think that's like treating you like they're lifting you up. No.
That's really how they think.
Like, we're fucking retarded. I'm black. I'm not retarded.
Wasn't that lady kissing Jasmine Crockett's feet last year? I don't remember that.
Crazy.
Like,
like they'll sit there and tell you, someone, a white liberal told me, we've done you so wrong. You can't. They said you can't get a job. You can't get a mortgage. You can't buy a house.
You bum.
Here I am.
My bad, nigga.
Yeah. Here I am. I got all that
You
shit.
can't buy nothing.
I own my company. I own my house.
You should have told him, give me everything in your pocket right now.
Give me that shit.
Give me it.
Spend that shit.
He said
Spend that shit.
white man's the reason why you know a lot of black fathers aren't taking care of their kids. I'm like,
My daddy was
I got all my kids in the fucking house. Like, what is this dude talking about?
But you gotta understand, the black boule, which our problem is the black. You know, I was the black boule leadership in these fraternities, sororities, my sorors.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
This
they're
level
a
of people,
problem.
right? The
I don't
Kamalas,
agree with these statements.
the Kamalas, she trying to rush for one of them things. The Kamalas and the Jamal Bryant, all of that ilk. They have to sell to liberal white people how bad black people are doing, so they can get money. And I'm here to help out the blacks because the blacks are so low.
Go to some of the boule events, like the Martha Vineyards and all that. I will say you're not wrong.
I know I'm not
A
wrong.
lot of them not even in the black community.
No, they're not. They're above it now. All that is local church leaders going to Oprah, to see Oprah and Michelle and them on the island and get their photo ops and see how they can go push that narrative about keeping us oppressed and victimized in the churches every Sunday.
Yeah, and go
Literally
donate to my organization because I'm helping out the blacks.
Yeah,
in the
and we'll never
community.
see where the money actually goes.
Right.
Chris Rabb always talk about how he's going to help out the black community. He's been a rep for 10 years. I guarantee you, he's never
still
been
trying to figure it out.
He's never been to West Philly down the bottom. He's never been up top in West Philly. He's never been down in the heart of North Philly. He's never been down in the black communities in South Philly, Southwest. This dude stays in Roxborough and Chestnut Hill.
Of course he
That's where his
does.
signs is at.
And downtown.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's people like him who say who runs off how bad the black community is, but jokers like that are never in the black community. Never. His sons don't even come to the black community. They stay in like Orange County, New Jersey, or some shit like that.
Like
you know what I mean? But he's a Philadelphia rep from fucking Chicago.
Makes no sense.
His people don't even want him. You know what I mean? So
Well, the Democrats, they recruit people around the country.
Yeah.
They recruit you, they move you
Yeah.
around. And
absolutely.
wherever. Because I mean, Hillary Clinton was the senator from New York, and Hillary Clinton was the first lady of Arkansas, and she was born in Illinois. I don't know how she ended up in New York, but she did. You know what I mean?
Right.
So they will move people around
Yeah.
where they
think
see
you'll
fit,
fit.
where they
Yeah.
where they
And a
think you'll win.
Chicago person would definitely fit in good here in Philly. It's very similar.
Yeah,
Right.
If he ever came to Philly, I mean, he comes to Philadelphia, he goes to Chestnut Hill, he goes downtown, and after that, I don't even know where this man lives.
And that's why you should run against his ass in 28.
Right, I don't
That's
even know where he
why.
lives. I mean, you see me,
Will.
everybody sees me in Philadelphia. You see me everywhere in Philadelphia. In order to be in Congress, you have to live in your district. I don't even know where this dude
Not
lives. At.
Maxine.
Right.
Not Maxine. Maxine don't live in her district. Famously, Maxine does not live in her district. She lives in a $4.5 million
Probably one
house.
of the only ones.
Right.
Famously does not live in her district. Like they've known that for years. She
Look,
don't
we
live in
all
South
know as
Central.
long as you got an address that your name is on.
Well, yeah, like
it
Cory
counts as
Booker,
a
and
district.
his fake Newark
Yeah,
house. Every time
everybody
Cory
has
Booker go to
it.
run, he got that fake Newark house and
You
stand
know who got
outside
that little Fishtown rental they've been having for years.
with his fake Newark wife. Anyway, we ain't go. That's another subject. Another subject with Cory Booker.
Cory
But yeah,
Booker.
he gets his little fake Newark
Hi,
house.
Corey.
Yeah, Corey's a joker too.
Another one.
Corey's
That old green-eyed fool from he from Bergen County. His parents is rich.
Yeah.
He'll come down and I'm fighting for the people. Oh
Yeah.
bullshit.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
I will say I have a lot of friends who are Democrats, and
Yeah.
I'm
She likes Corey.
I'm just gonna refrain from sharing my opinions on people personally.
We got plenty more to share for you. They full of shit. I don't really have them anymore.
Corey Booker may be the biggest clown in the tri-state area. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
He's living a lie, so I mean, there's that. I mean, so there's that whole thing.
Yeah.
So,
He said, I'm gonna. What did he say about the Republicans? He said, I'm gonna make them pay. We're gonna beat them up. Some crazy stuff.
Spartacus thing.
Yeah.
Spartacus or whatever.
You can't tell me he's not getting high.
I
You can't
mean,
tell me.
Probably is.
probably getting high with Gillum.
Yeah, right.
Y'all ain't right.
Mm.
No, he's not.
I'm quite correct.
Wasn't he on Tina?
Yeah.
Corey ain't on no damn Tina, please. Y'all crazy as hell.
Gillum be at the same parties on okay.
Yeah, keep
Maybe
imaginary fight. Why do one thing about the left is I'm fighting Trump. We fought Trump. We're fighting Trump. That's the only thing they do. That's all their campaigns.
We have to understand something. You have to look at the lefts at their demographics. They have like the gays and the trannies. There's that part. Then they have like the blacks, the church blacks. Then they have like the Arabs, the Jews. All these are disparate groups that have nothing to do with one another. The only thing they have in common is hatred of Trump.
Yeah,
that's it. So that's why they have to put everything. That's why everything is Trump, 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 Trump. That's why if you talk to somebody black about anything about politics, but Trump, that's all they know. Even the 14th Amendment, they got you throwing away your fucking money. The same niggas talking about reparations got you throwing away your whole 14th Amendment. Because Trump says we should keep it. I want Trump to come out with reparations tomorrow. I would just love to see Trump say, "This is your reparations." These niggas be like, no reparations. We don't want it now. Keep the money. It's blood money. It's dirty money.
I don't want his money.
But the thing is, the reparations, but Trump got to sign the check. Oh, these niggas would be like, forget it. I'll just stay poor because I can't have it. I have to stick to my values.
I will say the majority of the masses that qualified weren't saying that when they got that money during the pandemic.
I was going to say maybe
everybody on Instagram kept saying money spread stimmy. Like, they were loving Donnie then. They
called it the bandemic.
Yeah, they did.
It was
shout out to Uncle Trump.
But it was only like, what was it, $1,200? It wasn't even.
I don't know. I didn't get it.
What's crazy
2 rounds. Trump gave the 2 rounds and Biden gave the 3rd.
I just thought it was unfair. I thought it was unfair that if you made a certain amount, you couldn't get none.
Well, you don't need it.
So whatever.
1,200.
I use a little 1,200.
Go boost them. They going hard.
See, no.
with the Miami.
Where all my scammers.
It depends. Can I get them Instagram for those scammers? I could go a long way over there.
So while we're on the subject of Big Bird over here, I have one other entertainer that we'll talk about as our last subject before we do our lightning round. Let me just I should have been getting this a little while we were talking, but I get so caught in the conversation.
It's another entertainer.
Yeah. And we're going to talk about Jay-Z and Beyonce. The question being that, okay, well, Jay-Z, there's so much Jay-Z. Well, let me just
we got to tiptoe when we speak about these people because I personally, I'm not about to deal with the beehive. Like, I'm not going to do it. Because I said something 2 years ago, and next thing I know, I almost lost Instagram because those heifers reported me.
We have
all I said was somebody's hair looked a little too nappy to have that much money.
Oh, Beyonce? Oh. I
always thought her wigs look crazy.
Her wigs look crazy. Thank you.
We have a comment from
Color be orange. She needs toner.
She says, I love this. We love you too, Maylee J. She has another comment. She said, let me read this.
I think that's the guy.
Oh, guy. Oh, sorry, Maylee J. This screen little as shit. I'm so sorry. Like, it's little as shit. And these glasses ain't even fucking.
Ma. Hey.
I'm so sorry, sir. Because I can't even see the picture. As conservatives, what do we stand for and how will we come together to take these seats and make real change? Conversation to start, but we need action. Okay, that's a William question.
Yeah.
I mean, I think conservatives, it's not just, one simple thing. It's not as clean cut as a religion. You know what I mean? A lot of us are entrepreneurs, especially Black folks. That's why we tend to swing to the conservative. We're all about low taxes. We're all about the government not being in our business. We're all about making things make sense, not just taking from somebody and mismanaging funds and then trying to keep pumping a broken system. How do we take these seats? We got to stay active. We got to get active. We have to get people excited in these elections. Ages 18 to 28, they say less than 6% of people vote. We got to change that. We got to start getting our kids into politics in high school and sometimes even before. That's what it's going to take. That's why we see a rise of people who aren't born in the country coming here, running for public office because they see the power that they have. We have 17 representatives and 2 senators who aren't born in this country, but they're creating our laws. They're controlling our money. You know what I mean? And they're pushing an ideology that a lot of Americans, I mean, particularly myself, don't agree with. So to answer your question, I think we just stay active. We have to care about the issues and we have to get our youth involved in politics and our society as a whole.
And I think we also have
Good
to
answer.
make,
Good answer.
we have to make people, or not make people, but we have to, I don't want to say make like we're forcing, but we have to make you believe in our country and our system again. And I think because there was a comment yesterday because I put up a pod from Hood Conservative, which Hood Conservative every Tuesday at 2 right here. Hood Conservative every Tuesday at 2. Laverne Spicer Hood Conservative. Where I put up a clip in the comment. I was talking about me and Trevian Cootie, who was who's our co-host on the show. We were talking about like how, this is inculcated victimhood into Black people. It's just inculcated into all the slavery talk. And, anybody knows anything about me, I'm not big on the slavery talk. It's very poor coded, not interested in it, frankly. And there's this guy talking, we can't forget the history because we'll repeat it and da da da. And I'm just like, I would much rather, instead of this, because they were trying to like say like, oh, well, you just want to forget all history. Kind of do, actually. So I look at it like this. I feel like rather than teach history and try to like reanimate and re-emotionalize things that we can't do shit about because it all happened in my job.
Happened so long ago.
I'm a person who comes from a great, and I always say this over and over again, great grandfather was, slave master gave the land. My family's still on it. My mama buried there, grandma, everybody buried there. Okay, so I'm a person who was FBA. I'm all the things. Okay, I am somebody who, if this was 150 years ago, I'd be a slave in South Carolina somewhere. Okay, well maybe more than 150 years, but whatever. We get the point. I would much rather than, even for me as a person descendant of slaves, I would much rather have our kids taught how to balance a checkbook, how to invest in the stock market, how taxes work, how compound interest works. I'd much rather our kids learn that than learn about fucking history and slavery and Jim Crow, because we can't do shit about any of that. And none of that's helping you live an abundant life today. I have to say, I spent my whole adult life up until like a few years ago fucking broke and poor. That shit fucking sucks, bro. Like, it fucking sucks. And had I had the financial literacy that I have now, I've obviously upgraded. You know what I mean? We're in my house. It's very nice. You guys can't see it all, but it's very nice. It's nice. And, I'm in a place right now. I'm in the best place I've ever been in my life. You know what I mean? It's financially, things are going well. Things are going good. But a lot of that happened with my mind being changed and me coming out the chains of all this white supremacy. Because I was a wokey too. Like, believe it or not, I was a fucking
we all were
10 years ago.
No,
Not
I
this
wasn't.
one. I was always conservative.
Okay.
I was a wokey, so I get the woke shit. That's why I have a lot more patience for the woke than a lot of Black conservatives do. I'm not one of them creators out here talking about Black people are dumb. We've seen those. Yeah. Blacks are dumb. Oh, they get all these followers and shit. And that's probably why I'm not bigger than I am, because I refuse. To me, that's selling out. To me, that's selling out.
Like Brandon Tatum.
A lot of there you go. I won't say no names.
Well, I said his name.
But there are plenty of people like that, and they get big and they get the platforms and and all of that. You know what I'm saying? I refuse to do that. But in order for you to come up, your mind's got to change. Like, I started doing my own research on, how does government work? How does money work? How does investment work? How do I save? How do I, like, all of these things? I would much rather our kids be taught that kind of stuff so they can see, because I think with Black kids, especially, because we were talking about the Black poor, the white poor, I think the difference between the Black poor and the white poor is that the Black poor, a lot of times we're growing up in these counties. For example, New York County, Manhattan, one of the richest counties in the country. You have all the rich, highfalutin white people, in Midtown. But if you go further up Park Avenue, further up, 7th Avenue, up into Harlem in the ghetto, in the hood, Drew Hamilton houses and Frederick Douglass houses, all these projects, you see all these Black kids, they're seeing the wealth. They're seeing that, America's doing well. They get on the train, go downtown, they see all this wealth, but they don't understand how it's not touching them. Because again, Black children, we're talking about slavery, Jim Crow, MLK, but no one's ever teaching about how to invest, how to make any money. I would much rather, fuck the history shit. I would much rather our kids learn that. And if our kids knew that, going back to your question, if our kids knew that type of stuff, they would be more apt to participate in the system and believe in America more, because I understand why they don't. Because if you over here broke, I ain't believe in America either. So I was like, fuck America. I used to be one of the people, fuck America. You see, I got American tie flag on now, my little Burberry glasses. Can't tell me shit. My little shiny suit. I'm the shit now. But when I was younger, I was very much one of those, I hate America, fuck America, because we don't see the opportunity. I think that even with the 14th Amendment and the fact that Black people are so for immigrants coming in, it's like we don't appreciate the value of our citizenship. We don't appreciate the value of how, like, these are legals, they get it. But we as Black people, especially because we, foundation of Black Americans, we've been here longer than most of the white people, even from, you know, Ellis Island and whatever. It was, you know, us and George Washington, this bitch, basically, because slavery was happening before the nation was even founded for real. So we don't believe in this country, unfortunately. And that's why we let the 14th Amendment go and all these things and whatever. So I think that the financial, for me, it's always about the money. I think that if we made more money and our kids understood that they can make money, they can be successful, it's not about you just being a victim, I think that would actually help. And if Republicans were pushing that message more, I think more of us will be elected.
I 100% agree. And I think, though, it starts from the bottom up in terms of like what we expose our kids to and how that has an effect on them. I'll give you an example. My son is 11, okay, and he's been to a Trump rally. I just took him to the White House, you know, and he also did a summer stock class last year. And the year before that, my daughter, who's now 18, did the same thing, right? They've both read the Constitution in full. We play court, you know, in terms of rights. Like, I tell my son, don't do something, and he goes, I have free will. That's the type of person I raised. Yesterday, he asked me out of nowhere, he said, you know, I have an idea and I don't understand why they're not doing this. I said, well, what's your idea? He said, you know, how the Democrats like to go pay people to vote for them. And I said, yeah. He said, why don't somebody just call and snitch and get all the votes taken out? I said, babe, we literally try to do that every time. That's like what we do. He goes, well, why don't we pay somebody to pay more people so that more votes can get switched on? And I said, I like where your head's at. A little scamming for me. But you know, but the fact is this, it's not a conversation that was even being talked about, right? We were in the middle of the day doing something totally different, and it popped in his head because he's a kid who has an interest in these things, because since he was young, he's been told, these are my rights. This is a country I'm really great to be in. We travel a lot internationally, and I don't like anything that goes on over here. I want to get back to America. I love it. So my children are kind of in the mindset where, luckily for me, I was able to have higher education, learn things, and then pass it down. But for the people whose parents are working 12, 13-hour shifts, and they don't have that time, you know, the school is all they have. And a lot of people don't know. And I've done this, and till this day, I haven't met another parent that's done it. Every year, I send a long letter to my kids' school, and they go to private, so maybe it's different. But I send a letter to their main teacher, and I say, I opt them out of any Black History Month activities or classes. You don't sit here and teach my Black kids how to fuck to be Black and what Black history is, because that spins a certain narrative. I will teach them what I want them to know. That's something they learn from me, right? Certain things that they talk about in school, I opt my kids out, and they can go sit in that hallway for the next hour, because you're not going to sit here and tell my kids this is how the world is. They shouldn't be happy because of slavery. You want to talk about Black slavery? Talk about Irish slave trade. Okay, it's just as big.
Talk about it all,
right? Talk about everything. Don't sit here and victimize one of the only Black kids in the entire school with this bullshit liberal narrative you got going. You know what I mean? But again, the parents have to start standing up for themselves. You don't got to be educated to figure this out. We got so many resources these days that it's really your own hindrance for what's going to happen next. If you don't go out and seek that information and teach yourself, we're going to be having this conversation in 20 years and nothing's going to change.
Yeah.
No, it's really unfortunate.
I agree.
It is. I mean, it starts with the kids, and a lot of times with these schools, you know, and that's what I left is taking over schools and taking over education. But they know a lot of times, you know, school's just a babysitter. They tell your kids all. I mean, think about it. How many kids go to school a boy? They come home a girl. You know what I mean? Like this is education is crazy. Like at this point, I wouldn't even want my kids to even go to.
Y'all want to hear something crazy?
I want them to be homeschooled.
Y'all should look up. You guys should look up Doan Academy. I have a case against them. I can't say too much, but look up Doan Academy. This is a school, a very well-known private religious school, okay, in New Jersey. They literally advocate furries to the kindergarten and up. They have furry parties. They have weddings for the letters like back in the day, except B is Bob and D is Dylan, and B and D do certain things. It's a crazy liberal curriculum. And they use the guise as being a religious school, which in what world has any religious school promoted LGBTQ and furry sexual fetishes for children? I don't know. But this is what we're dealing with here.
If you look at some of these, like, not the Black church so much, but like some of these like mainline, like Protestant, you know, organizations, right, and especially on the white side, like the United Church of Christ, whatever. They always have the Black Lives Matter sign. They have
my God.
Yeah, they have all that. They
all that.
So they've taken over.
The line just goes further and further.
The Marion Budd chick. I had a viral video respond to this on Newsmax. The Marion Budd chick who was saying all that shit against Trump when Trump first got back in, whatever, the little the lesbian lady with the short hair who was a minister, whatever. The white churches, I don't want to say white churches, I mean there's black ones, I don't want to colorize it, but those congregations or those like sects have a lot of that LGBT stuff. I mean, if you drive and go to Chestnut Hill, all those churches, all those highfalutin churches up there, all of them have the LGBT Matter, the LGBT flag with all the colors and the triangles. I don't know what the fuck they all on there.
It says a lot, though. Yeah. It says a lot when you're shoving it down children's mouths every day in the setting of a school. And it's like, at what point? And I know everyone can't afford private school, which, don't get me started on school choice and all that shit. But like at some point, you got to just put your foot down and be like, I'm not going to allow my kids to do this because now your son who was playing football is, head of the
now cheerleader,
and cheering and shit.
Or your daughter is playing fucking wrestling with a boy.
Yeah.
I don't know if the girls wrestle, whatever girls do. You know what I mean? Okay.
Oh, yeah, we be wrestling.
Okay. Resting them Goyard bags. Resting for them Goyard bags.
I want the record to reflect. I actually don't like Goyard.
So what do you like?
Chanel. Period.
That's for the guys out there. Just
Casablanca.
Right. Chanel.
D squared.
Not DKNY coach.
And I
coach.
She's single. Is she single this week?
I can't afford it
right now.
Yeah, I'm single this week.
Okay.
You married, right?
No, I'm not married.
Oh, he's not married.
I'm a single, ladies. All right. Now put your hands up. Speaking of, great. This is a great segue. This is a great segue into our next subject, which you got.
I can't stand her. You like Beyonce?
I'm not a fan.
Me either.
Molly, me neither.
I don't not like. I'm just not a fan.
So we have another comment from Molly J. Let me read this here. It says, "I'm loving the answers. I spent my life poor, also so I became a conservative." Exactly. I was partially liberal before. I was just speaking to Veronica about this. Oh, this your homie. Okay. Yeah. Conservative is life. LOL. And then he also says, "Preach." So there you go. Thank you so much, sir, for your comments. We appreciate it. We appreciate it. Who is that?
My friend.
Your homie? Okay.
Won't we try to out her shit?
He on name in the stream like he's trying to claim something. That's what niggas do. Oh, I just took Veronica, let niggas know, like, oh, that's mine. So I'm just
like, Veronica, you single now? He typing up.
He like, I ain't know she was single.
Use the hood.
Like, wait a minute, right? Exactly. So, I know how niggas do this. They do that claiming shit.
No, coming on this show gets people in trouble. I had many of questions.
Well, it got William viral. So
good for you. I got nothing but hate from y'all. Like I was destroyed. My son, who doesn't even have a phone, found this. It was like, I heard you said, "What about my daddy in Colombia?"
I wasn't ready for you to talk about that shit. We just
be going.
We're friends in real life, so we just get comfortable. So it's like
let's get on that lady and that man.
Please.
So yes,
the jig is up.
The jig is up. Take off that damn lace front. So speaking of that lady, we're speaking of Jay-Z and Beyonce. So speaking of Jay-Z, we'll show this video. This is of Yankee Stadium last night. There was a little bit of a controversy because they were saying, I know I read something on Twitter, I don't know whether it's real or not, but Jay-Z supposedly had sold out all these tickets, and there was this guy who had said like he spent all this money for the tickets and kind of found out they've cut the price on tickets. He feels gypped, like $3,000 a ticket, and now the tickets like
not that much. I had like 5 clients there, and they were not that expensive.
Well, the tickets just got cheap. He bought it in advance.
Oh.
So like the tickets got cheap or whatever. He's doing, I believe, like 3 shows at Yankee Stadium, whatever. So let's just show this because there's a lot of Molly J is cracking up. There's a lot of controversy just going to Jay-Z's dossier for those who may not know. So, Jay-Z is basically for a long time, he's been kind of like king of the blacks. So him, Beyonce, let's just be king, queen of the blacks. Nobody black would talk anything bad about Jay-Z, Beyonce because they're scared of their, not so much anymore, but they're scared of their fan base coming after them. So it's like, you can't say anything bad about Jay-Z or Beyonce. And when Jay-Z did the whole thing, the whole kneeling thing, I mean, Jay-Z basically brought that to an end. Yeah, remember when Colin Kaepernick was, with the white mom and the white family was kneeling for the blacks, as he represents us. He was kneeling on the thing for what? I don't know, but he was doing that whole thing as a protest. And Jay-Z did a partnership with the NFL or whatever, and they had the press conference, and they were there, and Charlamagne was there,
like the music.
And I actually agreed with Jay-Z on this. He was like, okay, so we've kneeled. What are the actionables? What are we doing here? Where do we go next? Whatever. Which I actually agree with Jay-Z on that.
Did you ever get anything from the kneeling, by the way?
No. Kaepernick got his career ruined.
Yeah,
he got cashed out.
Oh
Colin
yeah.
Kaepernick. He won the lawsuit and he got that big old Nike deal.
But he's shunned from the industry now, from the NFL.
Old. Nobody want him now, right?
Yeah,
like old,
he
right?
wasn't even that. He wasn't even.
But right after the thing happened, he was like showing his practice reels.
Yeah, I'm not gonna take none
But
away.
nobody wants that drama. If I'm a team owner, I don't want that drama on my team. Fuck that. Nobody wants that. I can get somebody younger who shut up and play the fucking game.
I mean, but if he cared that much, he wouldn't have took the money from the NFL.
To begin with.
Yeah, he took the money from the NFL. He settled. So I mean, how big was the battle to him anyway?
Right, exactly. Well, another Jay-Z also settled in that he, said we're going to move forward, and then Jay-Z took over the NFL halftime show, and it sucked ever since then. So he's taken over. But so there was that whole thing. So a lot of black people were upset about that, but they kind of, let that sort of thing go. Then, moving forward, he's having issues with Nicki Minaj. We love Nicki here. And basically there was the whole title deal. Remember, he had that press conference where it was like Jay-Z, Nicki Minaj, Madonna, Alicia Keys, when he was starting that whole title thing. Jay-Z all black, and it was an expose with title, kind of found out everybody at title's white. Or he had a picture of the employees, literally everybody except for him, Beyonce. Everybody's white. So like, okay, black folks kind of said, all right, we'll let that go too. And then there was his issue now with Nicki Minaj, because Nicki Minaj alleging that, when he sold title, that she didn't get the money she's supposed to get or something like that. I always wonder, like, what happened with like Madonna, because you don't hear about Madonna, Alicia Keys, anybody else saying anything. So I wonder, did he cash them out and didn't cash her out? I always wonder like what happened with that, because I know there was some shady dealings with that whole title deal ending. So there was that. And he got to a Nicki Minaj, and Nicki Minaj, he definitely was somebody she looked up to. I remember Nicki Minaj saying that like she would send her dealing with the Queen album, which is my favorite Nicki Minaj album, the Queen album. She sent this lyricist song LLC, great song, sent him the lyrics to kind of like approve them, and like because she really looked up to Jay-Z on like a lyrical level. And she said that once Jay-Z said that he liked her song, she was like, yeah, I'm gonna put this out, like Jay said. So he put his like stamp approval. They got into it over the title deal, whatever. They were going to a back and forth online. She not cool with Beyonce no more. So her fans, Beyonce fans, are against each other, whatever. Jay-Z did this whole thing where he had like, his hair
he
out.
owes Nicki money.
From the title deal.
Yeah,
That's then Nicki saying she owes him money. So that's what I'm saying. I wonder, does he owe like Madonna?
So if he owes
Probably.
Nicki money, then why isn't there a lawsuit for breach of contract? I don't
know if there is one.
But that's my point. Because if it was any merit to it, it would be. But also Nicki does coke and goes on rants.
Who doesn't do coke?
But she go on rants like Jocelyn.
I go on rants. I don't do coke.
Yeah,
I go on rants.
But your fucking pupils don't be all dilated and looking crazy and shit. Look, let's take whatever.
You gonna leave Onika alone? That's my baby.
I don't like neither one of these heifers, okay? And I'm gonna say what I want to say when I want to say it, because who's gonna stop?
Chill on the barb, sis.
Let me get it. Didn't you just say you scared of it? Oh no, you think the beehive is something? Oh, them barbs? Please, barbs. I'm a barb, okay? Spare my friend. I know she knows not what she do. Spare her. Don't go. Don't come
my
out.
dick.
No, y'all. Well,
you don't gotta spare me, baby.
Worry
about that pedophile she fucking.
Well, you get what you get. And
he's not a pedophile. My God.
He's not a pedophile.
Not a pedophile.
But okay, but going back to the intro, so
if
they got.
If he's not a pedophile, real quick, if he ain't a pedophile, is their brother a pedophile?
He's a pedophile.
Oh, so now we differentiate perverts. Got it. But go ahead.
Because her brother touched the child. We'll get into that whole thing. We'll get to that. But
that's another
finish my intro. So they got into it back and forth. Of course, there's this famous tweet now where Jay-Z, he came out with those wicks, which is like the big unkempt dreads or whatever. He got to back and forth to it with Nicki, and Nicki said like, take off that lace front, which is went like viral everywhere, and everybody talked about it and whatever. So Jay-Z said nothing about it, but he did his freestyle here in Philadelphia at the Roots thing a few weeks. The freestyle sucked. They've been trying to make it like it's a song. Shit, I didn't even know. I thought he was just free balling off the head.
I didn't know what the hell he was talking about.
But I'm like, I listened to it, and I was a person who grew up loving Jay. I'm from Brooklyn, so I grew up loving Jay-Z. My sister grew up in the same projects as him and Marcy and all that. Actually, funny story. Jay-Z's aunt went to my church. I think she sang in the choir, and I know that his aunt, because when Jay-Z had his song December 4th, when he says his mother and father's name, the lady, his father had the same last name as lady, so it's true. That's his sister. His father's sister went to my church growing up, and it was like a rumor. It was like, that's Jay-Z aunt. And people say, you're not black. You're not got all the rumors. Or whatever. That ain't true. But when I found out as an adult and I heard December 4th, I was like, oh, they got the same last name. That's Sister Reeves. Oh shoot, so she went my church. So I have no issue with Jay-Z from old school Jay-Z. Same thing with I like old school Beyonce. But there was this whole thing about, his hair being fake or whatever. So he went, had his whole blowout at the thing to show this is my real hair. And now at his concert yesterday, it's all culminated in this concert video. So let's play the video of the Jay-Z concert. This is the Yankee Stadium yesterday. Wow. So Beyonce is braiding or cutting his hair. And Beyonce mama was a hairstylist.
Yeah, she's cutting it.
I guess this is like before today. So he cut it down now.
Yeah, it's cut.
Low again.
He performs with a low cut.
Drop down to a Caesar mine on Nija. Okay.
Well, she ain't doing a Caesar, but got probably a 3 or 4 blade on that. That's why the 3/4. That way he could smooth it out, even it out.
Anyone who I actually know in real life on here is watching.
So I want to start with you, Veronica, our fellow Barb here, because people are saying that this just shows how
how triggered he is
and triggered by Nicki's comments that he would like do the thing at the Roots thing. Now he's getting his hair cut, and then Beyonce did the whole thing with her sacred hair products. Like they're making a bit. I've never seen such a fuss down a man's hair before in my life.
And I feel like if he wasn't that pressed or cared about what Nicki had to say, he wouldn't be doing all of this shit that he's doing.
Do you think it's a lace front? Do you think it's real?
I don't know.
It's not a lace front. His hairstylist who took the locks out showed the video, like hours long process. And anyone who's had locks and wigs, they know they can be combed out. It is ignorant and naive for people to say and run with this narrative that you can't comb wigs or locks out. That just tells me that y'all aren't really black for real.
Well, what if you just never had dreads? I didn't know.
I never had locks. I never had locks, and even I knew you could do that before my kid even got locks.
I think it's funny.
It's just everybody knows that. I thought.
I want to know, when did Jay-Z grow these? I don't remember him growing his hair out. That's what made me believe that it was a lace front.
But he's been growing it out since COVID because he did that.
Because he had the fro.
Yeah, and he had that music video in the Louvre. Okay, when his hair was out. But here's the thing, and I hate guys. I hate that I'm the one on this side. Okay, today, but like,
you don't even like Beyonce.
I don't like that lady, or like, I just don't. It's just like, okay, guys, she has that hair care line, and we all know anything Beyonce comes out with sucks, right? So she has to do the most to promote it, right? Yeah. We all know he had the wigs. Okay, why is it that he just got sick of people saying he looked a mess, and he was gonna cut it and comb it out anyway, and she just figured, I got the hair care line, why don't we cut it, make it a thing, and then you grow your hair back out again with my hair care line. Honestly, from a brand perspective, I think that's what's going to happen. He's going to use sacred, grow it out, probably not all the way, just a little curly top or whatever, maybe get some twists.
That shit may not be down his back tomorrow.
Yeah, I didn't know Nicki had said something about his hair, but I actually liked the whole comb out process.
Same.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked seeing it.
I thought it was kind of cool.
You gonna give us?
He could, and he would have a 26-inch bust down.
The day I cut it, I'm gonna comb it out. Whatever day
right?
comes.
Yeah, and then you'll decide if you want to keep it or cut it. Like,
would you ever do the big afro thing?
Yeah. Okay. I mean, no.
It's too hot, right?
Yeah, I can't do the afro.
Yeah, you'll be in Congress like that boy Justin. In Tennessee,
such a
looking a fool.
Such a damn fraud.
I just think once you start using afros for media attention, Jay-Z, I just think it's like such a pandering move.
Well, that's what I don't.
That's what I don't.
The bigger question here is Jay-Z and Beyonce, the former king and queen of the blacks, are they losing their grip on the black community? Do y'all feel as though?
This thing, people are getting older.
Yeah,
it's a younger generation.
The new generation doesn't care about that.
It's funny. Yeah, that's what I love about new generation. Whether I always mess generation Gen Z, X, whatever the fuck they are.
I love Gen Z.
I love them because they're right. They're so because when I was younger, I would say around another story. All right, I interned at Columbia Records. I interned at Beyonce's record label under her daddy, under Matthew, who was such a jerk, mind you. But I interned at the label. This was like 2009, when they were back at the Sony building, 550 Madison Avenue, when Sony had all their labels in this one building in New York. And I was a funny story about being interned there because I lied to get the
He
internship.
finessed his internship.
I finessed that shit.
He finessed that
Speaking
shit
of
so
scamming,
bad.
let me tell you, speaking
Scammed
here's what I did. So I was 27. This is 2010. So I was 27 at the time. I lied at the internship, said I was in college. I had just got accepted to Parsons School of Design in New York because I have a background in graphic design. But I couldn't afford that shit. That shit was like $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 a year, whatever. So I took the letter, photoshopped it, made a letter that said I was in school, and I got into Columbia internship doing graphic design. And I did I should give you a funny Beyonce story. Actually, I was there at the time. Remember the VMAs where the 2009 VMAs where Kanye interrupted Beyonce and all, like that was all, and then
Taylor Swift.
that was Taylor Swift, and that was the same one with Little Mama, and that was all that same award show. And it was funny because at the label I used to do like graphics for her or whatever, so we didn't know how many awards she was gonna win. She was actually nominated for like 8 awards, an album of the year, video of the year, whatever it is, the VMA awards. So I had to, this is what happened in the graphics sweatshop. I had to make an arrangement, meaning I had to make every different arrangement, whether she won 6 album of the year, 5, I had to make like every different arrangement for her, because I would do the graphics on her YouTube page. And I'll have to make I had to end up making like 48 different ones because we didn't know whether she was going to, this is before AI, before they could do graphics with Grok and whatever. You niggas had to actually get on Photoshop and do graphics back in like 2009. Like that's what it was. So I was a graphic slave doing all these graphics and we didn't know what she was going to win. I was standing by because I had a regular job. So I was at my job and I was standing by still doing work for Columbia. They're like, if she wins, as soon as we know she wins, drop that in her face in her YouTube. And it was funny because one time I was watching this YouTube video and I made a comment on it, not realizing I was logged in as Beyonce. And I like made a comment on somebody's random YouTube page as fucking Beyonce. I was like, oh shit. You erased that shit. That was nuts because I didn't realize that, but that's crazy shit back in the day. But I say all that to say, like, back in that time, you could not say shit bad about Beyonce. Beyonce was like, bad comparison, but comparison in the black man, she was like George Floyd. You just could not speak ill of Beyonce the same way you could think you can't speak ill of George Floyd or Obama. She was just like an untouchable in the black community. Like you could, I mean, they were gonna come for your neck, your head, your life. Okay, you said about Beyonce, what? You know what I mean? You could never. But these young kids today, these little 15, 16-year-old little,
not like
fuck that bitch. I don't give a fuck her. I don't know Jay-Z. I don't know them songs. I mean, I will say the quality of the Beyonce music, because I'm a big music person, has definitely to me diminished from like 4 on. 4 was like the last Beyonce album I probably could fuck with. Everything from she dropped that Secret album, the one that was dropped middle of the night. Everything from then on, her talking about Beyonce. I mean, her talking about Jay-Z and the cheating. I can't fuck with none of those 2 albums. I don't like it. I don't like none of her. I like old Beyonce. Old album 1 through 4. I fuck with. The first 4 I fuck with. Same with Jay-Z. I haven't fucked with Jay-Z since the album with the 3 stripes on it. The one with Venus versus Mars and the Death of Autotune. Whatever that album was, that's the last time I fucked with Jay-Z.
And that was a long.
Niggas in Paris.
I like Kanye. So yeah. That
was the last one for me.
Yeah, after that, I really kind of fell off on Jay-Z.
Was Forever Young on that album? Whatever. Yeah, that Blueprint 3 was probably
that was the last.
That was an iconic album.
Yeah, that was good. That was the last album. That was like the last time. I feel like to me, after that, okay, I'm weird. I don't when somebody when someone's forced. Yeah, he's like 56. When someone, I mean, yeah, because if I'm 43, I'm 43.
Like my mom.
Oh my god!
Because my sister,
I keep forgetting
my
how old he is.
Like 13 years older than me, and like they're around the same age. They grew up around the same.
God, I feel so old.
There's no other rapper we talking about. Like
Beyonce is like 2 years older than me, so Beyonce is like 45 or about to be 45.
Yeah, Future's in his 50s.
Everybody
like
getting
50,
up there.
49, 50.
Everybody getting up there, but I definitely feel like with the youth, they don't really give a fuck about Beyonce.
Could care less about
as much as they did back in the day.
You know who the youth is starting to like, ironically, and my son and my daughter, they love her. Ashanti. My son been playing the shit out of Ashanti.
Really?
And I was like, what made you want to listen to her? He was like, oh, somebody said that they heard her. Yeah, and this is amazing.
Ashanti came out 2002, so I would say probably everything after 2010, as I think when the creativity and everything started just going down musically. And it's funny because most of the people, that's why even like, you know, Madonna's album just came out this week. Madonna's actually #1 on the charts, which is crazy because, you know, Madonna's been out since the 80s. But I have a soft spot for Madonna, I always say, because Madonna's like out of like the Prince, Whitney, you know what I mean, Michael Jackson. There's no one else left really. So just Janet, really. You know what I mean? It's really Janet, Madonna from that era of like the monoculture. We all had to like, you know, do. Like, I remember like back in the day, they have like world premieres of videos on TV, on the Cosby Show and shit. And everybody see it, and the days like TRL and whatever. Like, we don't really have many people like that left. And I think that even because I'm even seeing now like young people starting to get into Madonna because it's like they want to have that feeling, because it was just, the world was just so much better at that time. I feel like now with these young girls and these young people, they all can't sing. They all sound alike. They all sound like auto-tune.
They all look alike.
I can't tell.
And they use ChatGPT.
Yeah, there's AI lyrics.
Justin Bieber's not even that old. He's kind of like an older artist now, but like there's just so much auto-tune. I don't know one from the next or next. And these young girls between the SZA and this one and that one, I don't even know these. Like, the girls can't sing no more. They don't come out to church no more. I come from the days of like Faith and Mary and Kelly Price, and them is my people. And even it's funny, even the pop rock, because like me and my sister, like we do this thing where like we'll like reminisce about music. My sister's like a year younger than me, and I was listening to music the other night. I sent her like all these. Let me look at my phone. I sent her like all these like pop rock songs of back in the day, and we were just like reminiscing. Like,
is pop rock similar to yacht rock?
No, yacht rock.
I love a yacht rock.
Yacht rock is like more older. It's kind of like 80s. Like I sent her this song that what's the big girl's name? Lizzo's flop ass tried to redo "Bitch" from Meredith Brooks. I sent her that song.
I just don't get the Lizzo hype. I don't like her.
Oh, she's gross. "Torn" by Natalie Imbruglia. Nothing's right, I'm torn. I'm all light. I feel like just going way back to the 90s and like Michelle Branch, "Cause you're everywhere to me." Like, they don't make the songs like that. Or Avril Lavigne, "Why you gotta go and make things so." Even on the white side, it's just like it's not even just rap music.
The Avril Lavigne girlfriend era was like,
it's just not. I mean,
like your girlfriend.
I sent her "Thank You" Alanis Morissette, like "Thank you, India, thank you for," like, you know, they don't have this like the music today. Yes, the music today, it just sucks so bad.
I love that.
You know what it was? It's because we weren't so focused on racial division. We were able to appreciate all these different.
And we had TRL.
Wasn't
and
Obama
TRL
came in the office.
really carried a lot of us.
We had TRL. Like TRL was like between TRL 106. Like that was like we don't even have.
You know, that's how Gia's daddy made all his money.
Oh yeah, because her baby daddy is a music.
He ran MTV for like that whole 15 years.
Wow.
Like it was just such a good vibe back then. And I just feel like the music today, I don't even find myself listening to nothing new. Everything I listen to is like old,
right?
By someone who was old.
I've been listening lately to a lot of country, partially because like a lot of rap has just been getting repetitive to me. But if I'm listening to rap, I'm listening to Philly drill rap.
How do you feel about?
I keep my ear to the street.
How do you feel about? How do you feel about the blacks doing country?
I love it.
Beyonce?
No, why would you say that? I'm talking K. Michelle type shit. What?
I'm looking forward to what K. Michelle's
K.
offering.
Michelle is the only black woman
that
should be giving her roses for country music. But honestly, like I like black people in country. Shabuzi, I like them.
She from the South.
Yeah, get real. Okay.
But it's not. But
she was homeschooled and she's weird.
But her music is not country though.
She doesn't have that experience.
With a little twang on it, and they try to say it's country, and it's not.
It's not country. Shabuzi is country. He sounds country to me. He's a pop country. He's a masses digestible country.
Like that Kane Brown.
I was just about to mention Kane Brown. Kane Brown for me is a no-go. I just don't like Kane Brown. He just too like suburban whitewash.
He's tragic mulatto.
He is a tragic mulatto, but he do got a new song called "In My Levi's," which is pretty catchy. But I try to stay away from him. He's not.
I'm not big on the country. It's every so often there'll be a song like I can probably name the country songs I like. Like of course I like Dolly Parton. I like Jolene.
That Ella Langley. Oh, that Ella Langley.
Zach Brown. That's
Zach Bryan. I love Zach Bryan. Went to his concert last year.
I like that song he got called "Chicken Fried." Fried chicken.
Really, you like that song?
Gold beard on a Friday night.
I was
pair of jeans that fit just right.
Something in the orange. But Ella Langley has like just been dominated with that "Choose in Texas" and that song "Denver." She's that girl, she's going places. But like, I would love to be talking about Black people doing this. You know what I mean? But after they ran little
What's
gay
the-
ass little Nas X out
Ugh,
and came,
that's
back
not
in,
country. That's
and-
bullshit.
No, it's not. But after they ran his little gay ass out, and then they shoved Shabuzi down their throat, and then came
like that
around,
either.
whitewashed ass is the only diluted and approachable one. What do you think?
This
they're
is
gonna
my thing
take
about the
back?
blacks in the country.
Like, good luck.
To me, it just feels like DI higher because to me, if
Oh
your
my
music is
God.
good enough,
We invented country music. What do you mean?
I mean,
Don't
but
get
if
me
we,
started.
but if we're not doing country,
you invented
Come
country
on
music.
now.
Oh, I'm about to. Oh,
Elvis was taking
oh my
songs.
gosh.
Elvis was doing rock and country collabs, taking songs for Blacks. Don't do that
Okay,
with
so
me.
there
Because
was
my whole
a-
family deep in
There was a
Yeah,
meme.
like, come on.
Oh my gosh, I gotta.
what I'm saying is,
Yeah,
if
but
these
go ahead.
artists aren't actually singing country and we're giving them country genres,
Yeah.
And I feel like to me, like I said, the blacks in country feels very DI because
like
it's
Post
not-
Malone, he's
because
a
it's
DI.
not-
He's not a rapper.
This is why I say
Post
DI.
Malone came up on my country recommended earlier, and he has converted to country.
Yeah, but he wasn't a rapper at the time. They was giving him all these rap awards.
He
I don't know
no,
if
he
he
was
had
a rapper, White Iverson, which I love.
It's not a rap song. That's the R&B.
This is
It was
why-
a rap. What?
White Iverson. That
What?
was a bone when I was young. That's a singer.
It's melodic rap. It's no different than core.
I don't think melodic rap.
Melodic rap is rap.
I don't think it's rap.
So Tor and Core aren't rappers.
I don't
What
think
is melodic
I
rap?
don't think
Melodic
Rod,
rap
Rod
is-
Wave.
Rod with yes.
I don't think
Rod
he's
Wave.
a rapper. I think he's a singer.
I just think
that can't sing.
you're.
But Rod Wave can say I like
I'm
that.
not a fan of Rod Wave. I think
don't
he makes
listen.
suicidal rap music, and I'm over it. But and it's depressing
I
as shit.
honestly
I can
don't
be
know
depressed
one
all by
song.
myself.
I've heard
But
that name, but I don't know who that
he
is.
is a very melodic rapper. Like it just, I mean, if we're talking about that,
I
then
came
like,
up in the 90s though. Like so when I hear rap, I want to hear like
aggressive rap.
like just rap, like flow rap. So when you singing, I correlate that to R&B in my mind.
I'm gonna show my age with this, and
What
I'm gonna
about
actually.
Drake? Doesn't Drake sing rap? People love
Drake's
him.
a singer.
Drake,
He's
Drake's
a multi
rapper, but
singer.
he actually raps though. So I consider him a rapper and a singer.
Well, let me ask you this, and you might catch this reference, Benji.
Mhm.
When did you first fall in love with hip hop?
90s.
Is that Love Jones, right? From Love Jones?
No, it's
Oh,
Brown sugar,
yeah.
when did you first fall in love with hip hop? What was the moment that you first fell in love with hip hop? I'll give you my moment, and I've told him this. I was 8 years old, and a friend of mine, she gave me a mix CD, and the first song on the CD was Uncle Sam, I Don't Ever Want to See You Again, and that was like my first introduction to like R&B, and then from there I kind of went straight to hip hop. But until then, I had no clue of what like rap or like R&B was. I was just listening to Britney Spears and Backstreet Boys. That was how I fell in love, I guess, with hip hop.
I fell in love with hip hop. I think in West Philly, sitting outside on 55th and Wyalusing Avenue, everybody out there shooting dice, and we listening to his name was Giovanni. Shout out Gio. He was a drug dealer, but he's whatever. But he was listening to this Jay-Z song, Cough Up a Lung, Where I'm From, Marcy, son, ain't nothing nice. And I'm like,
Oh,
God
wow.
damn, just the whole atmosphere. And I'm like, ooh, yeah, I like this rap. You know, then DMX came on right after that. And I'm like, okay, I love this shit. You know, and
I remember buying
Damn,
50
you young as
Cent.
shit. Talk about
Yeah.
DMX.
I remember
Yeah.
buying
That was your first intro to hip hop?
No, that was like
that
when
was
I
just
first
his like
like,
catalog.
when I said like,
Oh,
wow,
okay.
I love it.
You love
know?
it,
Yeah, I
right?
love it. Like I remember that scene. I was like 8.
I
No, was
remember
like 10.
buying 50 Cent's his Get Rich or Die Trying bootleg right on Germantown and Sheldon across from the McDonald's. I remember we put that shit right in, and I was like, "Oh my god, this
This
guy's
is what it
amazing!"
reminded me of. We talk about black.
This is
When
amazing.
you said blacks invented hip, this is exactly the meme I thought about when you said that. Let me put this up for everybody. Let me put this up for everybody. Hold on. Let me introduce this to everybody.
But yeah, I'm curious. To all the people like watching, when did you first fall in love with hip hop? Let's take it back.
I will
some.
say I remember. Hold on, let me show them the meme so everybody can get on the joke. So that's that. But when you said that, I thought about the meme on my phone. This reminded me of.
What?
But I will say this before I get to the hip hop thing. The reason why I say that the black country to me feels like DI is because y'all gotta always make it. I'm black doing country, and the whites don't want me. And it's just like if you're gonna be
Just sing
country and
the
be good,
song.
just sing the
Just
fucking
do the
song
fucking
and just do the
song.
shit. You know what I'm saying? Like Vanilla Ice didn't come out saying, I'm gonna do rap and the blacks don't want me. He just came out Ice Ice Baby and the shit blew up. Do the fucking shit. And if we invented country like you niggas say, then it should do great, right? Then you shouldn't have to complain and they don't have to be like, oh, we did this. That's the shit that turns me the fuck off. Like, call me a coon, okay, like I get it. Like, okay, I'm a coon. Like, you know, y'all already know. Like, y'all already know. Like, call me a fucking coon. I don't give a fuck. But I just feel like the niggas with the country shit is annoying because, like, just sing the fucking song. Like, why I gotta be like, they don't want me at the CMAs because they don't want this shit like the BET Awards. Sorry, they don't.
I agree. I'm sorry. I don't want any ghetto shenanigans at the CMAs.
Okay.
I love watching the CMAs and it's so wholesome. Could you imagine if Sexy Red was there with her fucking ass out and a cup of Hennessy? Like, come on. And a red 20, 30-inch bust down, like acting crazy. It takes it from something wholesome you can watch with your family to, damn, now I got to explain to my son why you shouldn't be looking at her ass.
Right. So yeah, that's all I'm saying. Like, my thing is, if you're gonna do the country music,
Just
do it,
fucking
do
do
well. You don't have to go and make a whole diatribe about how the whites don't want me and they don't want me at the CMAs
earlier,
and blah, blah, blah. Like,
back to your point earlier, is something I realized lately as I've been listening to more younger country music is that, like, just how Carisha and them are encouraging scamming, country music will make you into an alcoholic like ain't nobody business. On the way here, I was listening to her saying, I just want to, get some whiskey and drown my tears. I was like, it's like 11. I should probably get a drink. Because
damn, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Shit.
But that's the song. She's like, I'm wake up drinking a shot. I need a shot of whiskey to start my day. And I'm just like, bro, every country song, no matter who sings it, they're getting shit faced. Like, it's a whole generation of alcoholics. And honestly, they talk about, like, doing things when bitches are drunk. Like, country music is definitely a gateway to some crazy ass shit if you listen hard enough.
To answer your question about when I fell in love with hip hop, I can actually tell you it was Mary J. Blige. This is 92, so I was like 8 or 9. I mean, me and my sister Nikki, I was a Nikki bad, and they played the 414 remix. And I'm not gonna embarrass myself, but I used to know Mary's whole verse, and I probably still know it. Maybe I should embarrass myself on here. Hey, nigga, make it different from the next nigga. Sing it last week, and you couldn't even speak that with that verse, like from What's Going On. And me and Nick used to know the whole thing, and like that's probably the first like rap verse that I like actually like knew, and that I can remember. It was probably then when you asked about that. That probably was at that time.
I think for me, local rap like Cassidy, listening to Beanie Siegel, you know what I mean? Like, those people were like very fundamental to my childhood growing up. And my sister dated Beans, so it was like very relatable, getting on the bus to go see him and hearing him spit and shit.
People told me back in the day I look like Cassidy. I don't really get doppelganger. I didn't see it either, but people would tell me that all the time. And like I didn't see it either. Like, but people tell me that all the time. That was
take it as a compliment though. He's like, okay, looking guy. He's like, good looking.
You're a rapper. So this gets me into our lightning round. So I like to do something on the show called Meme Team because we communicate via memes on the internet. Everybody loves memes or doesn't love memes. But this is how we communicate on the internet. So I show the panel memes. They have not seen these. These are from my phone. I find my collector. I feel like memes are like, they're like the time capsule of the time. So I like to go back on my phone. Like I look at like the old memes from like the Trump's first running and things of that nature, whatever. Anything I find interesting. Of course, most of the memes are like somewhat offensive. That's what makes them fun.
Do we each get a meme or is it one meme?
No, they're different. There's about 4 or 5 of them. But this was the first one. Actually, I just added this one to it. That's why I said when you said that about like blacks, we invented rock and roll. We invented it because it's like all the wokey blacks somehow black people have invented everything. And that's where this meme came from. Okay. So we've kind of already spoken on it. So let me do another one. And I want your just straight up reaction when you see these. I think let me see.
Yo.
We'll talk about it.
Petty Crocker didn't do nothing.
Let's talk about it. Let me get it up for the
audience. Who the fuck made that?
I gotta go before people in court.
We gotta talk. This is the state of America today.
Didn't do nothing.
So this meme. This was obviously on the advent of everything that happened with what's his name,
Carmelo.
So when you see this, what are your thoughts? Let's go around the table. What are our thoughts?
Start with William.
I actually don't get it. I mean, I get it's something stereotypical because of the locks.
Basically, okay. So to explain, didn't do nothings. Okay, so
it's like a bonnet.
Do nothing.
It's a bonnet.
Right.
Like I didn't do nothing.
Right, because
Oh,
so
shit.
when you have people that are of the African
That's why I started
American
laughing.
black
Faces.
persuasion, I don't know, it's on the internet. I don't know. I see it on Twitter or
Didn't
something.
do, that's not,
So
this is white me.
so when
Didn't
you
do
have
my-
people that are arrested and they'll say like he didn't do nothing, he didn't do nothing. That's where they get that from.
I don't
Yeah.
think anything about this shit is funny.
So
Yeah.
good, express that. That's what we want to hear.
I don't think it's funny.
I think it's probably,
I think it's racist.
If
but
that
I-
is, and now that I know what that means, like it's supposed to be Ebonics, I think it's racist as fuck. And the locks are not, are just,
mean-
just tearing you inside.
I guess this meme is something like what we've been seeing in the media lately, the Carmelo Anthony situation. A lot of us don't really know too much about the Carmelo Anthony situation, but even more of us have opinions, and even more of us actually know what happened. Although we weren't there, we didn't see it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's caught so much attention from both sides of he didn't do anything wrong, he was being bullied, to he wasn't being bullied, and it just fuels these racist, stereotypical, hateful conversations, especially online and on social media, where most
especially
people,
on X.
who wouldn't have an
Yeah,
opinion in the
I
real
agree.
world. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
What say you, Veronica?
I mean, I just think that it's racist. That's just it. I mean, I don't really have no comment on it.
Yeah.
Honestly, like
I will say,
like
I think I will say this. I think that it speaks to the larger permissive nature of Black people with crime, because I say at the end of it, with the whole didn't do nothing thing, whatever. If someone is killed, you did something, because someone's dead, so you did something.
That's the
So you're a lawyer, so that's your job. But again, someone's dead, something got stolen, something happened. But I do think that Black people, unfortunately, as much as we want to talk about white people and the whites do this or whatever, most of the crime that happens, the criminality is against us. And I think that we ought to have a higher standard amongst ourselves. If you're going to call me a coon voting for Trump, then the nigga robbing people's not a coon, the nigga killing people's not a coon. But
Right.
we'll come out, because I tell the story about how, when I lived in West Philly, I lived in the hood. I had you onto the trenches, okay?
No, it was
And
crazy.
I talk about the night that I was in my house and they shooting shit outside.
You said to
I
come
call-
get me from the
You lived in my
car.
neighborhood. You lived in my old neighborhood.
You said to come and walk me across the street to the car.
Exactly,
I thought I was
exactly.
gonna get robbed.
So,
and taken.
but I'll call the police. I called the police. Police ain't do shit. The police
they
be
were
on
like,
some
"Nah."
shit like, we don't give a fuck. But they understand that if we come out there and we arrest somebody, half the neighborhood gonna be out there on some Black Lives Matter bullshit. But at the end of the day, the crime that you commit against Black people, to me, that is the worst thing you can do. Worse than voting for a candidate.
Yeah.
Worse than whatever y'all call me a coon for. But that's why it don't bother me, because if I'm a coon, but the niggas who out here robbing people, so I think bigger than Carmelo.
Yeah.
I just think that it speaks to, and even with Carmelo, I just think that because we don't know all the details, whatever. I mean, there's so many new stuff. But I will say this: with Black folks automatically just saying like they don't give a fuck, or there are even Black people that I know that was like, fuck that white boy.
yeah,
Really?
he ain't do
You know what I mean?
nothing.
Like,
He's just
it-
like they're kids at the end of the
We've
day.
desensitized ourselves
Exactly.
to a lot of this shit. And this is coming from somebody who, like I said earlier,
You did crime.
I got a
Yeah.
felony on my record. I've
Yeah.
been to prison. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And there's a problem in our culture with accountability
Agreed.
and lawlessness.
Didn't do nothing.
I mean, not saying our culture, or not saying we're bad people, but for an example, someone that I grew up with is coming home from prison, and it's a thing. They're having a party. It's
Shout out to the
free him.
prisoners. I hear I have a prison audience, so shout out to the prisoners.
Shout out to the jails.
The jails.
Oh, the jail. Okay.
Yeah. But they having a party. It's free him. It's welcome home. Everybody's getting excited. They're getting ready for what they're going to give him,
Mhm.
and that's okay. You got to reassimilate in society. But it's a thing with us getting excited when people come home from prison, or even when they're in prison. Are women going up there like, I gotta visit my boo, or we're spending all this money? We have a problem with it.
Did you not get any visitors in prison?
No, I had some support.
But playing bitches. You
Sound
had
like
4 or
you was
5
a
different
little-
hoes.
Sound like you had a little, you was a little.
No,
hurt
it's
by
just
that.
it's just that things that I see, and it takes our culture down as a people. Like this is a stereotype. This is a bad stereotype, because most Black people don't feel like this.
I will say too, like to this point, I think if you would have asked me my opinion on this maybe 5 years ago, I think I would have had a totally different opinion.
What would it have been?
Nothing positive. Taking the high road today. Excuse y'all. It would have been some crazy shit probably that is looking in hindsight would be stupid. But the reason I think that the way I view this is like immediately once I found out what it was, is like I don't like it, right? My son recently got locks, you know, and I feel like people look at him so differently. Yeah. And I used to be the one like, oh, I don't see color, like all that shit. No. It's like the second my son got locks, and he's 11, he's almost 5'10" at 11. He's a big boy. Okay. And now he's got these locks, and looking at him, he doesn't like wear like his pants are sagging and shit like that. But looking at him in some Nike shorts and a t-shirt and some Asics, you would think he's a 17-year-old, a 16-year-old or something like that. And he's probably a troublemaker when he's like the sweetest, wholesomest boy, you know what I mean? But I just feel like once like this specifically mixed in is just like what the fuck are we doing?
That's why we need accountability in our culture, because these shouldn't be a definition of what you believe that I am.
I agree. You know and I didn't used to think that. But again, I didn't think it was that big of an identity difference. Yeah. But the way the world sees a man like you is a lot different than the way the world sees a man like him. Absolutely. It's because of your hair. Absolutely. And it's so sad to say that, but it's the reality.
I've even contemplated cutting my hair because of that before. Not any
Don't
longer.
Do it. Yeah.
Not any longer. But I've contemplated. I've thought about it. Like, damn, these people not gonna take me serious. They think I'm still
in the streets.
But that's what I'm saying. We need to change our actions. We have to take accountability. So things like that,
to your point,
aren't as serious. Like, so when they see a woman with what are they called?
Like the lace fronts?
Yeah, lace fronts
or box braids.
Yeah, whatever. They won't be stereotyped. Or when
ghetto.
Yeah, or when a woman has a short skirt on, she won't be stereotyped to think, oh, it's already easy. We have to change our accountability.
Well, I will say, like, my mom is a big fan of don't you dare go get your box braids because you got to be in court. You know, people aren't going to look at you a certain way. And she used to tell me that a lot when I was interviewing in law school. And so what I did is I went and got a face tat because I'm going to be who I am, and no matter what room I'm in, and you're going to respect me the same way you would have if I didn't have it, right? Because this is who I am. This is the way I want the world to see me. And whether you think it's ghetto or not, you got one. I got, you know what I mean? Who are you? I'm just a normal person.
Well, I'll look at it this way. I think that for a lot of people, unfortunately, when they turn on the TV, they see CNN and they see the teen takeovers. They see a whole bunch of t-shirts and shorts and hair like that, fucking shit up. And if I'm from Idaho and I'm not used to that sort of thing, you know what I mean? If I'm from, wherever in the sticks somewhere and I ain't seen that, the same way us as white here, we look at somebody who's white, little strands, little skinny. He got
he wants something.
Is giving serial killer. You know what I mean? Like unfortunately, stereotypes, they come from a real place, but we shouldn't let it color but I think in a situation where it's like a fight or flight situation is like, am I really gonna risk? Because you could be lovely and wonderful and all that, but if you're not lovely and wonderful one time, I'm dead. You know what I mean? So I think it's unfortunate, but like you were saying, I think the accountability comes from that, because if we can yoke these little boys up and say, you niggas can't be out here stealing and scamming and whatever, and because it starts with us. Because if we starts with us, it wouldn't branch out to the greater white community, everybody else, whatever. But we don't take the accountability for ourselves. Then we want to cry and be like, why they look at me? Why they follow me around the store? Because niggas that look like you be up in these stores stealing. Sorry, I hate that for us. I know one time, years ago, this was like maybe like,
and that's the accountability part.
Yeah, this was maybe like 2000 and maybe like 8-9 years ago. I was in Brooklyn. This is before Brooklyn had totally gentrified. So there's an area of Brooklyn called Greenpoint, which is like which at that time was like very much Polish. Now it's like hipsters and shit. It's a little bit everybody, but it was very Polish. Remember, I was picking up this dress. I had a friend who was a stylist, and I was picking up this dress. The dress was like $10,000, like expensive ass dress, whatever. I picked up him as a favor, whatever. I picked up from designer's house in Greenpoint. So I went to a little store or whatever, a little bodega, their version of bodega in Greenpoint or whatever in Brooklyn. And the bitch behind the counter, the little Polish bitch, followed me around. So I'm looking like, I know this bitch ain't following me around. This is like the last like white enclave of Brooklyn. So I'm like, so she followed me around. I said, ma'am, bitch, this dress costs more than everything you got in this motherfucking store. I ain't stealing shit out here, bitch. Like, you can relax. You know what I mean? Hate that I had to do that, but I understand that a lot of people who look like me be scamming ass niggas, man. You know what I mean? Like, they be boosting and stealing. So unfortunately, I have to take on that role because of what other niggas is doing. Hate that for us. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
we do live in the real world, unfortunately. And if we're gonna keep allowing these things to be permissible and sing about it in the songs and be dancing off the shit, because I'm sure other cultures be like, why the fuck they dance to that shit? I'm sure I would love to have somebody white or just be a fly on the wall in a white room, and they be like, why do black people like that music with the criminals and things? Like, why do they like that? They're dancing to that. What happened to that boy? You put a clap into that boy. He's killing people. And they're dancing to it. You know what I mean? So it's fucked up. You know what I mean? When you come outside of it, because and I used to love that. So that clip song happened to that boy. That was my shit. What happened to that boy? With Bert. What the song is about killing people? That was my shit. That was my shit. But again, it's a song about killing people over drugs. Like, I would never do that. I'm just gonna be able to, you know what I mean? That was my shit. But
it was about killing somebody this whole
what happened to that boy? He talks to had a bit of clapping to that boy. Yeah.
He was talking shit.
What happened to that boy? Meaning that
I never actually thought about the lyrics.
Yeah, what happened to that boy? That's why they said that.
I know the song, but like I never put that together.
That's why they said what happened to that boy.
Let's see how many more people are like that.
If my corny ass knew that shit,
I didn't know.
Everybody
fucking knew that shit.
Well, excuse me.
I'm the one who had to be told rap was about selling drugs, okay?
Well, okay. Some of us just sang the lyrics.
But yeah, I mean,
but
that song is about
back
killing.
in the day, it
Some of us
was
just
more.
didn't think about it.
It was more. What's the word I'm looking for?
And I feel like when it started, it was more like we're telling the stories about what happened to.
Yeah.
And I feel like during the days of Tupac, Biggie,
It was more
now
about
it's gratuitous.
It was more metaphorical because artists were more creative.
Oh,
back
absolutely.
then.
Yeah.
Even with the
Now they have to say scamming that because there's no
They can't figure out how to say it.
there's no
without saying it.
creativity. There's
I
no-
mean, we look at something going back to Madonna. We look at something like a prayer. You know, like a prayer ain't about prayer. You know what I mean? If you really get it, the song's about a blowjob. You know what I mean? But the way she put it, it was so artistic that it can be two different songs. To the white, mom, whatever. It's beautiful like a prayer. You know what I mean? But to the freaky bitch, she's talking about giving some head. You know what I mean?
Then we've
But there was art to it.
got Cameron with "Suck It or Not."
But we were just talking about Jay-Z.
Right.
The art.
He's literally doing the 30-year tour of Reasonable Doubt, which is an album strictly about selling drugs. But it was so metaphorical.
You can still play it on
You
repeat.
can still play it again. A lot of the songs you don't even know he's talking about selling drugs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There was art to it. So we have another one. This isn't quite sort of a meme, but we're going to add it to it. Give me a second to give it to the audience. Boop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doo. Oh, here it is. Okay. This is a quote. I put this up because I was looking for this quote. Are you going to the bathroom? Go ahead. I put this up because I was looking for this quote the other day when I was on stream. So James Baldwin, who was like, a black intellectual, whatever. And this is his famous quote with this smile on his face. To be black and conscious in America is to be in a constant state of rage. I often put this up because this is why the wokies are so fucking miserable and why they're just not happy. I always say that, happy black people don't vote for Democrats. So you obviously have to be in a constant state of rage. Like, this got to be woke and just the whites and is always a problem and whatever. And I think that that's the reason why they take kind of like, not joy, because there's no joy, but they take like pride in like, yeah, I'm woke and this country is horrible and terrible. When you have people like this saying these sort of things. So Naomi, we'll start with you. What does this quote mean to you?
This quote kind of just reminds me of a conversation I had with somebody the other day. I was talking to somebody the other day via text, and we were talking about Raising Kanan. And I was and we were talking about one of the scenes, and I made a comment like, one of the blacks behind Kanan. And he was like, what do you mean one of the blacks? I said, it's like 6 guys that always be behind him, and they all wear black, and they all are brown, and they all look like the same guy. Like, I can't pick them out of a lineup. And he never responded. He never responded after that message, because I know why he didn't respond, because he was like, why is she talking about all the blacks like that? Like, who talks like that? And it's just like, bro, relax. Like, you don't have to rage out over every little comment, and like you don't have to find a reason to pick a fight with me, bro. We're talking about a show. We're both black. We can say this type of thing. I
understand why black people get offended by the blacks, because white people say the whites all the time.
I don't get why it was so offensive. But again, to be black and conscious is constantly being in a fit of rage. This man is always in a fit of rage, by the way.
They usually are. Oh, they usually are. Yeah,
You
She told me
know.
who it was. Yeah. They usually are. So, William, what is when you see this? What does this mean to you?
Well, I think conscious and woke are two different things. You know
Okay.
what I mean?
Like, yeah, what does that even mean to
I
be
think to be
conscious?
conscious is just to
mean-
be able to see what's going on. And I mean, I'm in a constant state of rage, right, all the time in Philadelphia.
But I will say this: when in conscious, a lot of times they conscious and woke do tend to be because it's like the conscious community is the woke
and I don't mean
community,
the community. When I'm saying conscious, I just mean you know what's going on.
Yeah.
You see things for what it is. You know what I mean? And I like I said, I'm always in a constant state of rage because I see what the politicians in my city are doing.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like the rest of the goddamn city don't see it. They think I'm the crazy one because I'm a conservative. You know. So yeah, I agree with them. I agree with them. And on the other side of it, to be woke is definitely being in a constant state of insanity, if you ask me. You know, because these woke people are crazy.
Yeah.
Like they're crazy. Like this, their whole ideology is crazy. I don't know if you ever spoke. I know you have spoken to them. 2 minutes
one of
in,
them. So
yeah, 2 minutes into the conversation, you could be talking about grandma's biscuits, and you know Trump. That's the reason why the butter was. You know, they gonna find a reason.
Oh, I figured they were gonna find a reason to blame Trump for the rain on the 4th. Trump did it.
Yeah.
Trump wasn't president; it wouldn't have rained. Yeah.
I mean, it's the woke. I don't even think the woke community is really woke. I think we just give them that name. These people are dumber than a bag of doorknobs. You know what I mean?
Well, I always say, like, y'all can stay woke. I'm living the American dream.
Right.
Y'all mad hoes can stay
I'm
the fuck
sorry,
woke.
I love it here. I'm good. I'm fine.
Maybe pocket watching.
No.
Maybe pocket watch. We don't want any billionaires. We don't. I mean,
Like, hold up, what's wrong with getting some money nowadays?
As an entrepreneur, I own my own company. I founded my own private school, so I have plans to grow my net worth in the future.
Yeah.
For you to tell me that you want me to give it all back to people who don't.
But that's the thing. I mean, I always tell people the best way to stay poor is to hate on the rich, and that's the point. They want to make it so hate the rich. Because to me, if you're hating on the rich, you already resigned it in your life. You already just said, "I'm going to be poor. I'm never going to be."
You
That's why
decided
it's so
that
sad.
you're lazy and you don't want to work for yourself and make a life for yourself.
Not even so much that. It decided even if you work, it doesn't matter because you're just poor and you're black and you're never going to be shit. And that's whack to me. Like I'm not. I'm not going to settle for that. Like, but that's how they are.
That's how most of them like think. Because I remember I used to date this guy, and he would always say, "Well, I'm black, so we can't get this and we can't do that." And I'm like, that doesn't mean anything. Like, I've been in interviews with white girls before where I've gotten chosen over the white girl.
Same.
So, I mean, that doesn't apply to me. But if you continue to walk around with that mindset like you're a victim, you're always going to be a victim. And that's what that quote.
Self-fulfilling prophecy. That's what I said. Happy black people do not vote Democrat. They have to keep you in this constant state of. And look, this nigga.
And then you say this in the 60s or something like that, so it still applies to today.
It's crazy.
So
that's
shit crazy.
And also when you talk about conscience, it's funny because conscience reminds me of an example I always give. Okay, when you go to Garden of Eden, you talk about like Adam and Eve and like God. So remember when Adam and Eve, when they sinned, they ate the apple, whatever, and they came out and they put on clothes. They realized they were naked. They were conscious of their nakedness. They put on clothes.
Right.
The first thing God said to them is, "Who told you you were naked?" I say to black people, "Who told you you were oppressed?" Somebody didn't tell you that shit. You're not born knowing that shit. You're not born thinking
somebody told you
white
that.
people and whatever. This is inculcated. That's what I said. That consciousness is just the inculcation that the wokies give you. You're not actually conscious of anything.
I've been called a coon because I told him I have never been oppressed in my life.
I don't feel like I've ever been
Never. Anytime some fucked up shit has happened to me, it's because of my own accord.
Yeah.
I've never felt discriminated against either.
Anytime I've had handcuffs on me, it's because I did some dumbass shit. Anytime I wasn't able to pay a bill, it's because of me.
Yeah.
There's no secret magic white man in the corner holding me back. There's no secret oppression. I've been in the military. I've been in the Marine Corps with white people who have never seen a black man until they enlisted. I'm talking about from the boondocks of Arkansas.
Yeah.
And I have never, ever in my life been oppressed. There ain't nothing a white man can do that I can't do.
Well, I mean, but the thing about that, what we don't realize is that taking that responsibility, that's taking your power back. I tell people all the time, responsibility is power. The reason why God is so powerful is because when shit happens, you be like, God, you did this because God is responsible for everything. That's what makes him all powerful. If you have no responsibility, you have no power. Like kids, are not powerful. They don't have responsibility. He's 3. He's with us, so he has no. But it's like when you take away all the responsibility and everything is somebody else's fault, and because I'm black, I can't do this, I can't do that, we can't have that. Then you're giving all your power away, and you have no power, and then you wonder why you're miserable and ain't shit happening for you because you've taken no power for anything. I would say my life changed.
You'll be like, oh, I wish I would did
right.
this.
My life changed.
Nothing's stopping you.
And it's like nothing stopped you from doing that 50 years ago. You
Right.
should have did it.
My life, when I took responsibility for my own shit, I was fucking up. I was buying a whole bunch of shit I couldn't fucking afford. I was paying my bills right. I was like all these things I did. I mean, yeah, but I was not doing things the responsible way. And when I decided to take my power back and take control, say, I'm going to fix my life. That's where the empowerment comes from. And that's the type of thing I want to be able to show, not just black people, but all people, because that's not even just a black thing in this country. We have a affordability crisis, not just not being able to afford things, but even with the money that we do have, we just have bad stewardship of everybody. Don't know. Everybody's out here looking for that dopamine hit of, life is bad. I hate Trump. Let me go buy something. I can't afford it. I'm going to buy this, whatever. I'm going to drink. I'm going to go here. I'm going to do that because everybody's trying to get these dopamine hits. Nobody wants to take responsibility and
we're
do
not
the
properly
hard
educated
things.
also. We're not properly educated. We don't know what to do with money.
No.
As a whole.
I seen something on Threads yesterday, and it said, like, for all those people who travel 4 to 6 months out of the year, how do you do it? And I just responded, I make enough money. Yeah. Because that's how I do it. I make enough money. I'm bored one weekend. What do? I'm out of here.
But what's
just
funny?
Gotta make enough money.
But what's funny is
literally it solves every problem.
Is you could it does 90.
Make all the money.
90% of your problem is that you broke.
You just
90% of it is you broke. Really, that's 90% of everybody's problem. But it's so funny because they don't know. People don't know how they do a thing with money. But they'll tell you 3%. They'll tell you how much they evict them. They'll tell you who all of the slave people was and who this black leader was and that. Nigga, can you write a check though? Do you know how to balance a checkbook? Like you know what to
I had
do
a
with a check?
30-year-old apply to be a paralegal, and she didn't know how to write a check.
Crazy. And they try to. I
learned that.
I bet you that same chick could tell you all the victimhood ass bullshit and run that shit. I'm sure college, tell you all that shit.
We were slaves, and listen, for the record, my granduncle, he was one of the richest black men in America. He funded the Underground Railroad. He brought that shit from South Carolina into Canada himself. You know what I mean? Mostly when they wanted that money, they called him. So when they try to do that slavery shit and all that, it's bigger. My history is bigger than being in some goddamn chains. Right. You know what I mean? They try to push that shit on us like
and you were not in any type of chains.
We had successful black men back then too.
Absolutely.
And it's funny how history likes to bury that fact.
It might repeat itself. Okay, you try to put me in chains if you want. We'll see how that turn out.
Shit.
It's so funny you say that because like you talk about the chains, like for example, like again, I have slaves in my family. I feel like this whole using this chains as a metaphor, it's so disrespectful to people who actually went through that. You sitting here on an iPhone talking about I'm oppressed and in chains.
How dare you?
What? I mean, like, are you retarded? You know, like what the fuck is that? Like, are you fucking retarded?
It dilutes the real experience.
Yeah, exactly. It's
like y'all were not getting beat literally to death in 100-degree weather, naked,
or not being served through a window.
Yeah, you just weren't.
I remember my mom telling me a story how when they used to go to Virginia on like road trips and stuff all the time, they would go to the restaurants. The black people had to be served in the back. Like she wasn't able to go inside.
My grandma, she went and marched with Martin Luther King, and she said that when she went down there, they were like, other white people were like throwing shit at her because she's white. You know, she looks white. Like, so it's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? You're a traitor to your race.
From South Carolina. She was like living through segregation
and
all that shit. So when she's online and she sees Jim Crow 2.0, she thinks it's a slap in the face. That's one of the reasons why she voted.
Or even worse, Juan Crow. They got the nerve to go on CNN talking about what Trump is doing with the illegals is Juan Crow. And then these niggas is clapping. That's right. We hate Trump.
Such a catchy
fuck. Like you niggas are retarded, yo.
And forgetting all the undermining to the legal.
Wait, so I want to lighten the mood. I have a new meme up. I want to lighten the mood. Okay, so I have another. We'll explain what this meme is. So in light of all of these different, there's like this new movie. I think the Odyssey. And they have they have Lupita, I believe. Odyssey is a Greek mythology, whatever thing.
Is it supposed to be directly after the book?
Yeah, Homer's the Odyssey. Okay. So they have Lupita playing the main girl, Odyssey, whatever. I have Greek mythology. I took that shit in 8th grade. I forgot a lot of that shit, but read in 8th grade.
Is that the movie they have Elliot
Yes, yes, they have the boy, the girl who's the boy, Elliot, who was Juno, right, playing Achilles. The girl who played Juno, who's now a boy.
I've only ever read the book.
No. Oh, okay.
Oh,
right. So in this movie,
Elliot Page.
in response to that, Elliot, right? Ellen Page is not. Remember the girl who
The little
Juno?
trainee
Right, who's like the tranny boy now.
who's in the who's on the
she was
Netflix
a
show.
girl.
Yeah, so
She's the Umbrella Academy, but
So-
she's a boy now.
So yes, she's a boy and she's
I love that show.
Achilles.
So good.
So
she's
with this-
she's really good.
so with this meme, the reason why I put this up, hold on, the reason I put this up.
Did a white
because-
person make that?
Right. So
Oh.
how would you
Yeah,
feel?
this is how you know a white person made it because her titties so big. They love titties.
Well, I mean, it's Sydney Sweeney. It's Sydney
I
Sweeney.
know Sydney Sweeney, but
But-
her titties ain't this big.
But
in real
Sydney
life.
Sweeney's all about titties. That's what her thing.
But in real life,
So,
they don't look like that.
how would you feel if a movie were made about Harriet Tubman and Sydney Sweeney with all the slaves in the back, the black slaves in the back, and Sydney Sweeney was starring in that movie? How would you feel? We'll start with Naomi.
What? Honestly, I don't think it would ever happen. Get real. It would never.
But are you offended by this image? And do you think that the people, the white people, or just people in general who are offended by
I think
by the
white people would,
blackification of trying to always I feel it is
white
weird. They
people
try
would
to
be
put
very offended by this too, though.
Yeah.
but
I
I
white,
feel like they would.
white liberals would riot over this
you
shit.
don't think that,
We don't even gotta do that.
you don't think that it's weird though that they put
Who
these black actors in these roles and
That's
that
white.
obviously were
Alright,
intended to
alright.
be
What
white?
you're
Look,
saying,
look,
I get
I
what
mean-
you
Or
did.
like The Rock playing Hercules.
Or like
Uh,
what's his name played Ariel.
I mean,
Like
Okay, all right. Well,
Elizabeth Taylor did play Cleopatra back in the day, but you know. So how do you feel about that?
I actually didn't mind
okay.
Ariel.
All right, I didn't mind the Ariel
I
after.
didn't mind any of it.
But here's the
Oh yeah,
thing.
the Little Mermaid,
I
right?
didn't
with the
mind
girl with the
Ariel
eyes, right?
after
Yeah.
I went in. That's shady. I didn't mind Ariel after I
shady.
went and
Where have you been?
after I went and seen it. Before I seen it, I was like, I love the Little Mermaid. Let's just keep it like how it was. But at the end of the day, it's a cartoon, right? Like, and Ariel had all those different races as her sisters. She had 12 sisters who were all black, white, whatever.
For real?
Yes, she did. If you watch the cartoon, yeah. And so they could have just kept it as is.
Her friends with the fish.
No, she had a shitload of
She
sisters.
had a bunch of sisters.
Yeah, and they all had different mamas. So they did. So the point I'm making is like they didn't have to go OD with the inclusiveness. It was already gonna be inclusive. Even with Moana, they got that little whitewashed ass girl doing the live action, which I'm very upset about. They put a wig on this girl to cover curly hair, and this girl ain't even and the girl not even from over there or whatever. She like a little bit, she got white in her. It was better options. Now for this, we going all the way off the mark.
Yeah,
like,
because
It's
like,
a meme, so I mean,
like,
you know.
but then y'all, all right, I hate to say it, but let Lupita with her hair,
Or 4C hair.
Send me that.
with her hair,
You like the
hair.
big titties, nigga.
Seriously, let her be on this. People are gonna riot. Like, let Viola Davis come on here and wear her regular hair done. They're like, why y'all got her looking crazy? Because Harriet looked fucking crazy.
right.
Okay, she didn't. What you mean? Y'all seen the pictures?
That might be a good casting.
Speaking of Viola Davis,
Viola
no,
really is
no. When they had Viola Davis play Michelle Obama
With the-
that mouth thing, she was like,
Oh,
why
yeah.
she had a mouth like she had like,
And
would she
till
do
this
that?
day, they asked Michelle recently, and she was like, "I've never seen it."
I'm
Damn,
sure she
she
did.
knows she's seen it.
She's seen it.
We were cracking up, and Viola Davis has yet to apologize.
Why would she do her mouth?
But that's my point. Like, if you gonna everybody gonna have something to say. Do I think hot girl Sydney Sweeney should be up here? No, come on.
Absolutely not.
What are we talking about? It's like fucking me playing Harriet Tubman. Don't riot. Like, how dare you? Who could I play and not get canceled to play? Who could I play?
Jasmine.
Ew, you know I don't fuck with they. We not even the same region. See, that's racist. That's the shit I be talking about. That's racist.
I know why you put this up because
Like-
you know the controversy between
Right.
white and black people when
We
like,
need a
for
better example.
when, what was her name? Chloe Bailey. Is that her name?
Yeah,
She
yeah.
played Ariel, and white people were mad.
But,
And it's like you can't get mad if a white
But
person
would y'all-
wants to play
okay.
a black role.
I got one better. I got one better. Would y'all feel a way if they did a remake of Losing Isaiah, and instead of Halle Berry, it's strung out Sydney Sweeney?
I wouldn't feel no
I
type.
wouldn't feel that way
Because
because
she a
it's not-
crackhead.
no, it's not that. No,
She's a
it's not-
crackhead. I just want to know where the standard is.
crackhead comes in all
Crackheads are
colors.
okay for
Yeah,
black.
but
Got it.
But honestly, if they did it with meth, then it would be like
Yeah,
that ass.
that
Like,
happens to everybody.
Then hit it with pills or
But he
opioids.
was a specific person.
Right.
Like I just
Like The Rock playing Hercules. I've always was under the impression that Hercules
Hercules.
came from Greece or
Greece.
Rome.
Correct.
majority
They
white
don't look like
people.
The Rock.
Rock is black and Samoan.
Yeah.
How did that work
Well,
out?
maybe they figure like Mediterranean skin, you
I
know,
get
because
it.
Yeah, yeah.
not like
But see
Idris
that,
Elba,
but
you know?
that doesn't work because when they did Slumdog Millionaire, I remember my people rioting when they were trying to get the Arabs to fucking be the guy. They were like, "Oh hell no, they're taking jobs from Indians." Look, the point is like, just like I wouldn't be okay with an Indian playing Jasmine. She's not Indian.
So how do y'all feel? How do
She's not
y'all,
Indian,
Right.
how
bro.
do y'all feel then
She's
about
Arabic.
to take a little bit deeper? How do y'all feel then about like British actors playing American?
Oh my
Like
god.
Franklin on
Oh.
Snowfall.
Yeah, I've never seen that, but I know he's British. And then
I could care
Idris
less.
Elba.
I don't care. I love all of them, and
I
they're all. I don't have a. That's
I actually
Well,
like.
for the FBAs, let's just
Yeah,
pretend, you know,
I-
Tariq Nasheed was here. What would you say? You know what I mean?
I'm
I
gonna
wouldn't
tell
be
you
here.
like this. Well, when I love The Wire and Idris Elba when he played The Wire.
Mhm.
And I love Snowfall when my man played Franklin.
Yeah.
But I was fucked up when I found out both of them was from
He was
fucking
British.
UK. Yeah.
Really?
It was like the
Okay.
same feeling as both. I felt betrayed twice, 20 years apart. You know
No,
what
but
I mean?
even in Yellowstone, Beth Dutton is like Irish or British or something. And when I heard her, I'm like, oh my god, I'm pretty sure they have.
Could you not have
middle-
found the black guy to play
They could've.
somebody
But
from
you
South
could've-
Central Los Angeles?
But you could have found a blonde white to play a lady in Wyoming on a
I believe-
ranch.
I'm
That's
with both
my
of them.
point. Who cares? They're good
I've never
actors.
seen a black man play. I don't think they would ever get a black American man to go play James Bond.
Right, because they were talking about Idris Elba. They were talking about no.
No,
black
they were
man.
talking about Franklin. What is this boy name?
Idris Elba.
No, not Idris Elba. No, they're not all Idris Elba. Jesus
I know they was talking about him to play.
Desmond, whatever.
Idris Elba?
No, he plays in Snowfall. The one
Is
you.
he British though?
I never
Yes, he's
watched that.
British.
He-
So they were talking,
but
but his real name is like Desmond. Or
but he's British though.
yeah,
Playing
but
James
he.
Bond, so
But that's my point. Like, what if
No,
it was just a regular
but-
American
but
playing?
that's what I'm saying. They
It
wouldn't
wouldn't
use
be
a
the
regular
same.
American.
As long as he can put on a fake British accent, who cares?
Right? No, who
But-
cares?
It's a
That's-
But that's what I'm-
character.
But that you're making his point. He's saying that why
Yeah.
would they not choose an American with that? But when they do James Bond, they pick a British American actor. Why would
But
they
they
pick a
could
regular
pick it.
American
When
actor?
James Bond
Maybe
is an
because the
American
Americans
film.
No, it's
just
British.
can't do the
James Bond's
accent
British,
right.
yeah, James Bond's
Okay.
British.
Wait, no, I'm serious. Some Americans just can't do the accent
Yeah.
right. He can do a damn good British
But
accent.
that's what I'm
You
saying.
can
There's
do it.
people who
Do it.
who
Do it.
learn this in
No,
college.
he was on my voicemail for years.
Actors learn how to do
Bullshit.
these accents.
No, they don't. Do the accent.
Do it.
Wait, watch this shit.
Like I'm from the UK.
No, do it like you did on my voicemail. Do it like you did on my
Do it, man.
voicemail. You gotta get more than
I'm
that.
under pressure. Like I'm from the UK.
I sound like Idris to me.
You know what? I love the British accent. I've never
sounded
been to
just like
London,
you're from
but
the-
I
Bro,
want to.
he
But I
sounds
want to go. I've always wanted to go to London.
He can do Irish too. He
I
can
mean,
do all of them.
there was probably another 6'4", 215-pound black guy that they could have played. That they could have got to play somebody from Baltimore.
Yeah.
I
Niggas
get
ain't
it.
never happy.
They didn't
Oh,
ask.
just
all
said
that-
that niggas ain't never
all that
happy.
bullshit,
James
like,
Baldwin said niggas ain't never
Right,
happy.
like,
He just said it.
Sweeney
We
said.
can't have nothing.
Sydney Sweeney said the niggas ain't never.
This is just like when Drake got Justin Bieber to be in that video he was in, and everybody said, "Why Justin? Who cares? It's a hot video."
I like Snowfall. I like it. That's what
but you just felt betrayed twice.
because I didn't know they did
You
it
don't-
so
it don't
well.
matter.
They played the part so well. I didn't even. He sounded like he. And
It's-
now every time he plays, listen, every role he plays as an American man. he
Now
has
you
that-
know.
he has that LA accent. He can't
Because
lose.
that's how he learned it.
Yeah, it's
from,
like
from an LA vocal
yeah.
coach.
Yup.
Yeah, I thought he said didn't like Snoop or something teach him how to
Yeah,
talk?
yeah.
He played in this space movie I saw, and it sounded like Franklin. I said, "What the fuck?"
Oh my god.
Now he's about to play Black Panther.
Good for him though. He
You know,
deserves
good for him.
it.
Absolutely.
He's a damn good actor.
He's good.
Dave,
Another
his name
one.
is Damon something.
I have another one for you guys.
What the hell? Is this like an ice cream sandwich?
Bag of black cracker.
Oh, you got that.
We gotta put you on a show. You be on one of them.
Mark, you need to be on one of them shows. I was like, I don't get it. Is it an ice cream sandwich?
You so
It's
slow.
ignorant.
She's pretty. She's a very legally blonde. It's the legally blonde
Honestly,
moment.
guys, I'm very ditzy. I'm just cute. Trust me.
So many things I can't do.
Yeah, ice cream sandwich. So the reason why I
get
put this
it.
up, let me show you guys again. The reason why I put this up, and shout out to all 814 people watching this right now. Hey, you guys.
Oh, hi guys.
Hey guys. Okay, so the reason why I put this up is because in a lot of these memes I get honestly from my shit. So somebody put this in the comment of one of my, I think on Facebook, whatever, of this mega black cracker or whatever. And I responded, I said, actually, no, I don't wear a mega cap. I wear a raccoon hat. So if you're gonna do it, do the shit right. You know what I mean? So anyway, we'll start on this side. We'll start with V. What when you see this, or somebody put this underneath one of your posts, because you're very opinionated on X. So somebody went on your X and put this down. What would you say?
Black
what would you
cracker.
reply?
Crazy.
Black saltine, not just a saltine cracker.
And you ass shit.
And you ass shit.
Honestly, I
salt.
laugh at everything for the most part. And it depends on who put that in my comments.
Rando, you know how it is. Rando bot person, no
Yeah.
picture. This ain't gonna be a blue check. You know what I mean? It's a rando person.
I mean, I can't. I don't know. I don't take shit like that serious.
So you could
Like,
care less.
Yeah, I could care less.
Like I
Like,
said, I responded. I said, "You a cat."
I've
Yeah.
never
Like, I
seen
know
a
I'm not-
cracker.
This is my cat.
I'm gonna go get me one next time I come on the show. We gonna
yeah.
Oh,
All
absolutely.
get
You know
'em.
what's funny? Another content creator messaged me and was like, I'm still in that coon shit. I'm taking that cap. And he's in his thing. Let me find it. He's in the
Yeah,
It's a nice thick
next time
one.
I come on here, me and you gonna
You'll
be
get
matching
one.
with the coon hat. They might as well get one of the
I
black.
mean, they gonna say
Yeah,
you're
you
coon
already-
anyway.
you already
Fuck it.
know.
They already say it.
What's his name? Let me give him a shout out. What's his name? 'Cause
I'm the
he,
lead.
I really.
I'm
could
the.
care
I
less
should be the poster boy for how not to be a coon.
about-
But
right.
because I'm a Republican, I get called
I
that
felt
shit
the
by
same
a
way.
bunch of coons.
I felt the
Mhm.
same way. Like out of all the people, me.
The funny
Yeah,
thing is,
me,
I'm like,
have you
That's
met
what I
me?
think.
Have you met
but what's crazy is that I'm like the most like uncoonish black person.
Me
And
too.
what's nuts is that like, and I'm actually from the hood for real, East New York, Brooklyn. But what's funny is that the people who call me a coon are these like whitewashed blacks.
me? And they hate when we say that. Like,
Yeah.
they're
We from the
cool,
hood in
you're
real
from the
life.
hood.
In real life. Like, what do you mean? And I actually do what I do and do all of this because, mind you, just so you know, none of this pays me. I'm not monetized on nothing. I don't get a
Yeah.
dime. Like I have work a regular job. You know, I do well for myself. I'm doing great. You know, God bless me. Thank you, Jesus. But I don't. There's no grift. There's no Trump giving me no money. There's no.
Yeah.
You know what I
Right.
mean?
And
'Cause
they always let it through
a
that.
lot, I'm gonna be honest. A lot of times, the blacks for Trump blacks, I'm too ghetto for them, so they don't really rock
Oh,
with a nigga like me.
we're way too good.
I'm way too ghetto for those blacks. Those are the real
We
good
said
blacks.
laughing.
I'm one of the bad blacks.
I mean,
I'm conservative, but I'm one of the bad blacks.
I mean, for the record, MAGA loves me. Shout out MAGA. They love
I mean,
me.
they
They love me.
I would say I get
They
more
do.
love.
They love
from-
me too.
I get more love from white MAGA than I do the.
Yeah.
They're very.
See,
Sure.
I honestly get I
I'm
get
not bad.
love from everyone because I'm a nice lady, but I will say like I do get a lot of heat from some of the white Oreo, whitewashed
that's what it
Oreo
was.
black
They be the main
Republicans.
ones.
And then I gotta check them like, who are you talking
The
to?
MAGA folks, they show the love. And they listen, being conservative Republican anyway, they're gonna say, oh, you're MAGA anyway. So it don't even matter. I don't
Yeah.
even give a fuck.
That's
You
the
know what I mean?
Aaron Warren. Shout out to Aaron Warren. Yeah, he hit me up and he was just like, I'm gonna start wearing that hat. And I was like, okay, because I'm not thinking I'm not, obviously people wearing these before I came along, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I made a thing, but he has more followers than I do. And he was like, he actually showed me the receipt from Amazon. He's like, I'm dead ass buying that shit. I honestly feel like the reason why I do it is because I think that we all should embrace the coon, just like how they took nigger back. That's why I don't say
Yeah.
nigger now because like,
Yeah.
but we should embrace
Embrace
the
the
thing is
coon.
that in the day, if a coon means that I am doing better for myself, a coon means I'm not a victim, a coon means I'm not walking around here, constantly upset about everything and miserable. I'll be a coon. It's fine. You know what I mean? I don't have a problem.
Don't
with that.
bother me none.
Having
I-
worse by better.
Thank you.
I love the
Exactly.
term "Make America Great Again." I don't think it associate. I was hearing that term when I was in the military before Trump even thought about running.
Because Reagan said it first.
Exactly. So people were still running with that down south.
Yeah.
The term "Make America Great Again." How could you hate that?
How could you hate one to better
you
your
have to
country?
understand
Yeah.
because remember when you are black, because I can tell you this from being a Wokey, it's inculcated
When
in
is
us
America
that
ever
America's
been
not
great?
our country.
There you
I used to
go.
think that
Fucking
America's
lie.
not our country. This white people's country.
Yeah.
We were slaves here, and it's like
When's America ever been great?
Right. Right.
black.
Oh my gosh, you sound just like
Oh
them.
my
Oh my
God,
God.
that's-
America's
And
been
it's
great.
like,
It's great right
America's
now.
always great.
America was great in the 60s when we were doctors, lawyers, had our own business.
Always like since
educated
I've
our
been
own
born.
children.
Since
But Black
91.
Wall Street,
Yeah,
they burnt up the Black Wall Street. My thing is like, okay, Black Wall Street. Okay, let me put my coon hat back on because y'all about to be mad at me. Okay? This thing about the Black Wall Street. I'm so sick of you niggas in the fucking Black Wall Street. Okay, look, okay. The shit got burnt 125 years ago. Like niggas ain't own nothing. Like niggas ain't own a business. Like we just can't do nothing else.
Right.
They burnt the Black Wall Street, and we just get like,
We done had,
come on,
we
bro.
done had thousands of Black Wall Street since then.
Thank you.
Around the United States of America, including in my area, was what they called the Black Bottom, and that was a famous black black area. If you're
Black
down the bottom,
down by the
That's where my
West Philly,
mom
yup.
Wait,
is
what?
from.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Bottom.
You'll never come around there.
Uh,
But it's just all black.
Don't worry
It was
about that.
all black businesses. You know, even my grandmother, she was the first bar owner in the state of Pennsylvania that was a woman. So more specifically, a black woman. 1959. Our bar was on 35th and Mount Vernon, in the heart of West Philly. You know what I mean? What they call Mantua or
Mhm.
University City now.
Mhm.
So we done had thousands of Black Wall
That's
Street
enough.
since.
That's why it just sounds retarded to me that we make this with the Black Wall Street, and it's just like, how dumb and retarded do we sound? Like we can't build nothing. Like niggas
Like, we
can't buy
can't-
things.
yeah.
Like we don't have businesses. But in the same support black businesses. Well, where do you think those are? Those are on in places. Those are
Think
on
black
walls and
that are
streets that are black.
overpriced.
I just that whole narrative, and I just feel like they just tell us shit to say. Like when you're on the left, it's like, why not watch them go? Like they just tell you what to say. They give you the same script. They say the same shit over and over. I've heard about Black Wall Street so many times. I'm like, have niggas not owned something since then? Like
Yeah.
you niggas act like.
You know they
The white
couldn't-
folks
they
burnt
burned
some
down
shit.
Black Wall Street. You know they couldn't do nothing.
I mean, we just can't do nothing. This is post Obama, who ain't even black, but this the nigga y'all said was black, and you niggas put him up there, and then you still with the Black Wall Street. It's just like my mother said years ago, you can't satisfy niggas.
Yeah.
Can't. No matter how hard you try,
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
realest shit I've ever.
Real shit,
Niggas are never
never satisfied. It's always gonna be some
Always
shit with
gonna
you
be,
niggas.
yeah.
I mean, dag nabbit. Like, Lord. This is why I have to have. I know hate mail at Benj. That's over. You can send all your hate mail there. You know, I'm used to it. You know how to give a fuck. So you know what I mean. But someone has to be real.
Right.
And I say it was love. I do.
know.
I say it because at the end of the day, we're so much better than this. It's like
Yeah.
it's like, why do we always have to be so down in the fucking dumps? Everything,
Yes,
we just
everything.
can't do. You know how retarded you sound. You got Africans coming here off of nothing. They came off a fucking life raft. You got Cubans that sailed in
Real
on a
shit,
fucking
though.
boat.
Real
Or
shit.
not even on a fucking door in the middle of the ocean to get here doing better than you. And here your black ass got all the fucking opportunity in the world, been here longer than any fucking body. And it's also Black Wall Street. Nigga, stop. Like, come on, bro. Like
let it
this
the
is
fuck
corny. Let it
go.
the fuck go. You wasn't even there.
He said
Like-
Black Wall Street.
Because that's what they do. How many times in your comments have you seen fucking Black Wall? They took off. They took
That
stuff
and
away.
they'll be like, oh, they still hanging people too.
You better.
Like,
Where?
Trump erasing our
They
history.
said it should be a law. It is.
Murder is illegal. I don't know how you
Illegal.
like.
They don't need to specify lynching.
Like,
Right.
murder is illegal.
It's like
niggas is
we
still getting lynched all over, and y'all is just out here doing. Where, bro?
Where?
Some
Where?
lady shrugged her head. Yeah, if you live down south, they took away your voting rights. I'm like,
when?
no, they didn't. I'm like, girl. I said, I'm literally the inspector of elections. I'm telling you, black people can still vote. No, you just don't know you can. I'm like,
You're ignorant. You don't know.
Trump is taking our history. Our history ain't going nowhere. You niggas can't stop talking
Okay.
about it. Trust me,
Wait a minute.
the history's not going no
Ain't going
fucking
no
way. That shit will be here forever. Okay, you niggas ain't never gonna let the history die.
Ain't letting that shit
Trust
go.
me. The history ain't going nowhere. Trump gonna take it if he tried.
And
Okay.
I'm gonna say this, man. It seems like
What the
seems
fuck?
like some black people are more white supremacists than these white people.
That's
Oh,
a good
absolutely.
point.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Because it's black people that's keeping this.
The hatred alive and the
Yeah,
If
racial.
you
they
believe
did.
in yourself makes
And-
you a coon. If you
and-
believe in yourself, you're a coon.
Yeah.
Inferiority. When I tell people like I don't want to hear about the slave shit, 'cause I don't.
I'm sick of it.
Yeah, Juneteenth
sick
is
of it.
probably
Oh, Juneteenth.
Juneteenth is probably the worst holiday for black people because
Y'all see
it
them
reminds
reenactments,
us
please?
that how ignorant we are. how
did.
a small group of black
Oh my
people
fucking
didn't
God.
know that they were still slaves,
And we celebrating that shit.
Yeah.
and the Republican Army had to come in and
And
say,
say, guys, please come with us.
we
you don't
couldn't think
gotta
of no
do
better
this.
holiday.
Hot down.
I mean, we.
I know you don't have to work.
I heard you say it before. We could have celebrated Harriet Tubman.
We could
coulda
have celebrated so much.
Fred Hampton. We
Uh,
could have celebrated
Fred Hampton.
Malcolm X. We could have
Anything.
celebrated motherfucking Black Wall Street.
Yeah.
You know,
Anything.
but we celebrated
Anything.
black folks in Texas not knowing that they were still slaves. If that's not a I'm going to
craziest
remind you were slaves to the end of eternity. I don't know what the fuck.
Biden is racist as fuck, and that's why he
Yes.
elevated that shit. Because
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that shit was racist as fuck. You saw the video I did on that shit. Of all the things we could highlight,
Yeah.
why are we highlighting stupidity?
But
Joe
did you
Biden-
see
it
the
makes
things
no
Joe
that
Biden
happened
was a
in Philly
racist?
on Juneteenth? So apparently some I don't know if they were Haitian or Caribbean or something, right? But they threw like an event on Juneteenth
In
and
Southwest.
yes, in Southwest.
Africans.
Africans did in Southwest and
Why the fuck?
and the blacks.
I
were
mean,
pissed.
honestly, I get it.
The
'Cause you put us in
blacks-
slavery.
the blacks-
Y'all niggas put us here. The fuck?
They were like, "How dare you have
I
any
mean,
event on our day?"
I
And I was like, "God damn!"
no,
like,
I have to agree with
so
the,
wait, but come on, like now we can't do shit on that
no,
day.
what kills me
I
is
can't
that
have a birthday party for my kid
what
because
kills
you're
me is
fucking
that-
slavery on Juneteenth.
is that the black people be like, white people, you can't celebrate it. Then white people don't celebrate it. Why y'all not
you
celebrating?
celebrate
Like,
it?
okay, you niggas had to make up your mind. Again, niggas ain't never
Bruh,
satisfied. You cannot
my
satisfy niggas.
Spanish
You can't.
paralegal
You can't.
told me. I said, "Look, we work on that day in this office. We don't. This is a Republican conservative office. We work on this holiday. Get your ass back to work." And she goes, "I can't believe you feel that way. You're black." And I said, "And I can't believe you're sitting here bitching to me about Juneteenth and you're fucking Spanish."
Yeah.
Well, we're all black, aren't we all? Keep working.
I would so much rather have that
Shit.
at somebody's birthday or
It should have been Harry Tubman Day.
Black
Yeah,
Veterans Day or something.
Something else.
But you do realize that the point of this is to create division because now you have black people talking about something. I don't do the 4th. Juneteenth,
my
my
God.
Independence
Yeah,
Day.
don't they be wearing kente cloth and shit?
Burns me.
And it's like
fuck
it's
out.
related.
We had our own parade.
Somebody had
We
kente
had
cloth
parade,
on.
we had our own.
Right. Yeah, I saw the parade.
Yeah, man. Fuck that.
I wasn't there. It was very hot. But y'all, I was there in the spirit. I like the post.
I was
I
doing
like
some ghetto shit. I was doing donuts in the middle of the intersection.
What did you have
In a bar?
playing in the music?
Future with my Trump flag and my
Yeah.
American flag on the back of my pickup.
I was there in spirit.
What Future song? Dirty Spread?
No. Be the first case like John. Got it? Anything
Oh,
about my
okay.
dog? Got it. That
Okay.
It's off that
Just curious.
mixtape Future. Yeah.
More black culture.
I was just about to say that. I was just about to
That's
say
good old
that.
black culture.
It's like a little bit of a
Listen,
song you should be listening
I'm
to.
from the hood, man. I mean, I put on a suit and tie, but I'm from where I'm from.
You know, it is.
I am who I am, man.
It is what it is. But yeah, the MAGA black cracker thing is just hilarious to me. I mean, I laugh at these
Wait, is there
people.
really crackers this black?
No, I mean,
I'm quite sure this.
I don't.
are.
I've never seen a Triscuit look like this.
They have to have a lot of dye in it. Would you want to eat it? Probably give you all types.
Oh,
of
there's
cancer.
potato chips that black. The spicy chips.
Oh, you want the blue ones? That's the blue
Well,
corn.
no, that's
Oh, they
a blue
black.
tortilla. Them
Black.
chips, them black tortilla chips are organic tortilla chips.
I thought they
like
were
the black.
purple.
Oh yeah, you had that black
No, I
Indian
like the
corn.
black.
Yeah,
corn.
you're right. But
Yeah, me
but it's
too.
a spicy black chip too.
Is
The
it?
coffin, the tombstone coffin. You eat it and your belly start burning and you throwing up.
Oh,
You heard
That's
that?
something like on the
Oh, like hot ones. Oh, I know.
Yeah,
I remember that.
it's so hot. There's only one chip in the goddamn pack.
Yes, and that boy
Yeah.
died. That boy died off
Yeah.
that.
Wait, someone died from a
Yes,
a
he
black
died off
chip?
them. Yes,
It's so hot, motherfuckers just drinking
He
gallons
died.
of milk to cool their body.
died.
down.
Yeah, he
It's
did.
one fucking chip, and you got to.
Why is it legal?
No, but it's like it was.
That
it was
shit
a
don't
viral
fly in
thing.
Europe. They don't let you eat nothing over there.
Yeah.
Over here, we just let
Did you
do
see all the Europeans coming over here? They're just so happy about our stores. They're like, oh,
I
because
love
the
that.
food, because
Yeah.
the food in
I
Europe
love that.
sucks.
look how big.
They ain't
the
got no
chickens are.
seasoning. Everything is a mini. Even the sodas, they like a
Yeah.
mini.
I love
I be over there
Everything
starving.
is mini.
Oh, and you know they ain't got no air.
But I do love that.
I hate
our
Europe.
country.
I hate it. Every
I
time
love
I
that
go over
appreciate
there,
our country.
I
I wish
call him. I
Democrats
call
would
him begging to
appreciate it
come
more.
home. A bunch against my will.
Yeah, she caught me. She
Every
was in
time
Paris,
I go, every
lost, and I'm on the phone and trying to help
them
her out.
immigrants
I
was
stepped my
harassing me.
passport game up.
Them immigrants in Paris,
I
let
don't
me
got a
tell
passport.
you, they got
My shit
problems.
expired.
Them Arabic immigrants
Oh,
were
yeah.
following me down the street. I
Paris
was
is
so
ghetto as shit.
exhausted. Somebody got robbed in front of me. The shit was crazy.
Them North Africans
I
be
said,
robbing the
I can
Algerians
walk,
and
yeah,
shit.
they rob
Yeah.
everybody. I could walk through North Philly and not get robbed, bro. On the first, which everybody knows is a hostile time.
Yeah.
And you mean to tell me I come off the train coming from Amsterdam to Paris, get off the train, and then just getting their ass whipped for
Yeah, they
trying to
said you
steal
got-
somebody's phone in front of me?
Yeah, they said
This
you
is
gotta
ghetto.
really watch yourself because they pickpocket a lot in Paris. I've heard that.
Paris
Yeah.
is
I've heard
so
that.
ghetto. Europe in
I
general,
feel
I've been
it, though.
all around it. I hate it all. It's
As soon
all
as you take
I
that
wanna come
American
home.
aggression there, you going to jail.
they don't even talk to us.
Well, you
They
can't
hate
even.
us.
I mean, you
They
can't
won't even
even.
respond to us.
You can't even say shit on Instagram, and not they put you in jail out there.
But they do love America. Everyone I talk to, they love America.
I was just
They're
with some
just-
people from
love
France
it.
for the World Cup.
Yeah.
We went out and we were hanging out and whatnot, and yeah, they love America.
I was just in the south of France, specifically in Marseille, France. No, I was in Marseille, Marseille, which is very ghetto. Okay, it's got the highest crime rate in France, and I'll tell you, crime's not that bad there, to be honest. But like, I can see why they love America. Like,
Well, you know,
they
it's
got it rough
pockets.
over there.
Yeah.
It's pockets. Because
Pockets.
even
They
in
got it
Philadelphia,
rough.
you know what I mean? Because if you shit,
I was in the trenches wandering
'cause
alone.
I mean, look,
scared.
as good as this area is, you go about 3 blocks west of this bitch, and you is in the trenches.
You might as
we
well
on
be
we on we on what a
Hey,
Oh.
you live, nigga. Don't tell niggas where I live at. Shit. Shit.
So
that down.
I've been out of that stuff for a while.
I got enough haters.
Everybody.
Shit.
You said we were on Tioga.
Right.
8th and Callahoo.
Right. Tioga and Cambria over there.
I almost gave up tape.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
You have been out the game too long.
Why she gonna clip that and post it? Watch.
That was no, I'm not. We erasing that shit.
That shit's got to come out.
Yeah, nah, you good. But it's crazy because if you go a few blocks away from here, it's a whole
Yeah, it's very ghetto.
different world.
It is,
So we
it is.
actually we got through everything. So we're actually at the end of the show. Believe it or not, we had such a great time. I'm so glad you guys came. This is great. My 4%. We have to do more of these more often. Hope you
Yeah,
guys all
thank you
enjoy
for
it.
having
All
me on.
835 of you who have filed in today. So before
Yeah.
we go, I want to give parting words. You can leave your Instagrams, how to follow you, if whatever you want to push, if you have anything coming up. I know Naomi is a lawyer. She gives out her law things. You can do your little law commercial and things of that nature. William, you're not running. You haven't said you're running yet, but I believe and trust that you're running. So I'm totally supporting you.
I might run.
2028. Look, I mean, you gotta decide quick because the thing about the house, you never stop running. You know what I mean? Like you never stop running. The house.
Right.
You're always running. So there's that. And then Veronica, you can give your parting words as well. So we'll start with Naomi. We'll start and we'll go around. I'm sorry. We'll start and go around.
Guys, I had so much fun today. My Instagram is legally Naomi _ on Instagram. And I am an attorney here in Pennsylvania. However, I practice law in multiple states. My website is in my Instagram bio. If you ever just have a question or want to chat or just need a referral for an attorney in your state, I'm more than happy to provide it. I don't do criminal.
And chat about the law, not in the DMs on the weird shit.
Yeah.
Chat about the law.
Well, it depends.
Little weird shit.
If you're over 6'5", make over 6 figures, have no kids, and are black, maybe slide in the DM.
Oh, so you're looking for a miracle. Okay, gotcha. All right. So
A miracle.
I'm particularly into brown skin right now. No, if you're my baby dad, watch out. I did.
Oh yeah. William Small on all platforms. I'll be traveling around the country in the next couple weeks to different Democratic cities. I think we got New York, DC, San Diego, and a couple other cities. I'll keep y'all posted online. But yeah, I'm Philly's favorite Republican.
Period.
He really is.
So,
Don't tell me, tell her.
have me on, and my name is Veronica. I'm a content creator. You can follow me on X at callme_V, and you can follow me on TikTok at MissLegal_Secretary. That's it.
Okay, and of course, you guys know me. I am Benj, your favorite everything, I guess you could say. I want to thank you guys for this is lucky number 13. There'll be more. As I did a show yesterday, did a show today. So look at me actually getting out and actually working and like doing content. There I go. So Tuesday, be right back here on Tuesday. Tuesday at 2, we have Hood Conservative with Laverne and with Trevi, and we'll have some other guests there, whatever. And you guys, if you guys ever around 2 o'clock on a Tuesday, hit me up. We'll do the show every week. This is not an in-person thing. It's a Skype thing, but wherever you are, phones, whatever, hit me up and I can add you guys to the show. But we do it every Tuesday. So we go from like 2 to like 5. So people pop in, people pop out, whatever. We have all types of different guests or whatever. We're really trying to build this up and try to do more content. Laverne graciously lets me host my content here as well, to be able to keep her people engaged, keep all the hood conservatives engaged. So there's that. I will be in Florida on my birthday, me and Laverne's birthday, July 28th. Doing a special show there at a Tuesday. So we're going to do a show together. Trevi may come down too. So I don't know what that's going to look like, but it'll be something special. And every Tuesday from then on, we'll be there. And as far as when my next show is going to be, who the hell knows? Maybe, I don't know. I would like to do I would like to honestly do a weekly Saturday panel, but I don't fucking know anybody in Philadelphia. Like all my people I know, I'm from New York, so I've only been here a couple of years. And I don't really know anybody to like be able to do this sort of thing, but I would love to be able to do this more. That's why I got contact with Ms. V here, so hopefully she'll come back. But I would love to be able to do that. Naomi's like super busy, I know, and you're like running the country. But I need, I need conservatives, not even a liberal. I don't mind if you're a liberal, just can't be crazy.
Yeah,
this is my house. I don't have to cut you. I don't have to, shoot your ass with no dumb shit. You know what I mean? I don't need anybody sticky fingered and nuts.
Yeah,
got nice things. You know what I mean? But I do want to be able to have these conversations. I don't mind the Skype. I don't mind a Zoom, whatever. But there's nothing like the in-person where you'll be able to feel everybody. And I have snacks. I have good snacks. You guys know I have good snacks.
There weren't that many.
Today was good.
Anyway, I have good snacks.
So
Thank
if
you.
you're in the area and you want to come on,
Yes.
Yes,
You should
hit
come.
him up. You can hit myself up, or you can hit.
You can hit me up.
Yes, anybody.
I'm basically his other half.
Yes, anybody in the Philadelphia area you are interested. I don't care. You don't have to have 1 million followers. I don't care about that. I just want somebody who has opinions. You have a voice. You got stuff you want to say. Hit me up. I'm Benj on everything. This is airing right now on like Kick and Twitch and X and all this other shit. But whatever. I'm Benj on everything. So you can always find me Benj on everything. DMs are always open. If you're interested, if you're in the Philadelphia or will be in Philadelphia on a Saturday. I tend to like to do these on Saturday. 11-ish, 12-ish, 1-ish, CP time, but in the early afternoon into the afternoon sort of vibe. So if you saw this is kind of the vibe I'm trying to be on. I would love to do one of these every week with at least, 3, counting myself, 3 or 4 people. So if you know anybody or whatever that'd be interested, or if you're going to be in Philadelphia or whatever, or if you want to try to make a trip and we can like plan something, I would love to have people on my panel. I eventually want to have guests and things of that nature. We can even do Skype guests. Open, this is my first time doing this sort of thing. My first ever live. I've never done a live. You always tape these, so you guys' shows were all tapes. This is my first time actually doing this live. So if there's anybody that would love to, come, anybody you may know or suggest, or if any other content creators you may know that want to come, sit on the couch or whatever. You don't have to be black. You don't have to be. That's the thing. You don't have to be black. You can be white. You don't have to be black. I'd actually like some diversity in that regard.
My daughter's gonna come on.
Right.
She's like the younger generation.
Exactly, younger generation.
Okay.
So that's the thing. So I don't really care who you are. You can have an opinion. You can be a lib. I would love to have, if a lib is brave enough to come here. That's the thing. They be so scary. Like I be trying to reach out to libs, but they don't. They be real scary. You know what I mean? If you whatever, I would love to have
argument.
It's a safe.
No real argument.
They don't. They don't have any arguments at all. Actually,
Everything is Trump and you're a coon.
Trump red, you're a coon, maggot. When they say maggot, not when they do maggot, I'm so not maggot. You're a maggot. Or they call Trump rump. Or like
orange man, bad.
You're that orange man, whatever. As you can see, we're pretty uncensored here. Say it like you mean
You're
it.
a Trumper.
You're a Trumper. You like Trump. But you don't have to like Trump. You can hate Trump. I really don't care. I mean, honestly, I just want to talk about the issues. We talk about, the political stuff, but also culture stuff, fun stuff. So, and the conversation can go just about anywhere. It's very free and open. So if you want to do that, or if you know anybody that'd be good for that, hit me with a DM. I will have to vet you though. So don't come to me with with user 0258875
with no damn
picture. Right. 0 followers. Nah, bro. Like, nah, you can't be crazy. I'm not finna let the killer up in here. But
and I don't want to be here when the
right, exactly. Let me vet you, you know what I mean, and just see what's up and see what's going on with you and whatever. But I would love to have one of those because right now I don't have it set. I do have somebody I'm thinking of inviting next weekend possibly, but I would love to be able to do one of these every Saturday. I love this. I'm talk like crazy. I love talking to people. This is like, I love this. Absolutely love this. So if you know anybody, definitely hit me up. So with that, thank you. And I will see you Tuesday at 2 with Laverne and Trevi. We love you, love you, love you. Thank you. Everybody, see any other comments in here? Thank you for anybody who commented. So appreciate you. And we will see you here Tuesday and next Saturday. Have a good one. Let me just fade, and y'all, the audio's still on, so don't say nothing crazy just yet. You guys have a good one. Love you.